step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Whether it's with a little laugh, maybe a little tear sliding down your cheek, you got to wake up. You got to get up. You got to embrace the day because it's here. And we are so pleased, so grateful, taking a lesson from yesterday to be joining you this morning. Welcome to it. It is your feel-good kickstart to the day. Good morning, my friends.
Good morning, Graham. It is Thursday, which means we're only a day away from the weekend. And I don't know about you, but this time of the year, I always count down moments until Saturday. Or at least Friday afternoon. I'm like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? But this year has been crazy. 2024 really came in guns blazing.
It's been a big one.
It's been huge. So many incredible events have really taken place. I mean, last weekend was the SAFTAs. This weekend is the SAMAs. Next weekend is the National Film and Television Awards. I'm not saying that we're nominated, but we are nominated.
Just putting it out there, man.
A big year for events.
Well, because we got an award season now, which I love. It's not just one. It's an opportunity for so many people within the industry to get the nod and also to have a good time. I think around this time of the year, everyone just needs to have a little party and cut loose. What would you be most excited about to get the nod to?
Oh, I mean, next week is going to be a big one in terms of my broadcasting TV career. I'm flying out to Joburg for the National Film and Television Awards. So I think that's a highlighted event of 2024. How about you?
Oh, man. Well, I mean, I've been around, so I've done so many of them, and each one has its own flavor.
Yeah.
I got to say, the SAFTAs for me this last week just seemed like a really special one internally. It felt like the industry has kind of crested a new wave. But of course, there was one girl who's pretty much working at and being nominated and winning awards at every awards event. And of course, she happens to be on the other side of our screens. Good morning, Zanele. What are you most excited about in awards season this year?
Good morning, my favorites, guys. I literally agree with you. And also, Carissa, you mean future award winner, because you've already won in my eyes. Thank you, my love. All right, just coming to collect in Johannesburg. Exactly. But for me, I definitely have to say, I think it was a mix between SAFTAs, right, and my excitement for the SAMAs, because I'm going to be working there as well. SAFTAs, because it was my first time ever attending them, and they were spectacular, guys. And it was just such a beautiful celebration, just like you said, my beautiful Graham, of just the people who are really allowing the entertainment industry to go in the right direction. So I'm all about everything that's happening. I can't choose one. Please, I can't. Please, I can't.
Well, luckily it seems you don't have to, girl. You can go to everyone. You can look gorgeous at every single event. And of course, you can keep doing what you're doing at the moment. We are just loving what you're putting out into the world. So thank you so much for being that voice within the industry. I think the industry has noticed, my friend. But of course, we noticed that a certain conversation has to begin this morning. What are we chatting about online? What is our question that we are posing to our viewers this morning?
Oh, my beautiful family, guys, I can literally say the same to you. You're absolutely incredible, and it's such an honor to work with you guys, okay? But what is coming up in terms of our Good Morning post? Well, let me tell you, Mzansi, because you know, I always tell you, yes, we have fun on the screen, but we like to go have some fun on the social media streets. So let's do the things that need to be done, shall we? This morning, we are literally celebrating the last day of October. We're saying goodbye to 1 month and saying hi to November, and this is why we got to start having these conversations. Don't say it's too early, okay? Because we want to hear from you. Hashtag Expresso Show, 063-408-8863. When are you going to put up your Christmas tree? And I am so excited to be the person who's asking you this question. Can I tell you why? I never put down my Christmas tree. It stays up the whole year. Why? Because I'm obsessed with Christmas. I'm not even joking. I wish I was lying to you, but I love Christmas trees. I love the lights. I love all of those vibes. So it must just stay there 24/7. But for you, someone who does take it down, when is it coming up for 2024? You got to let us know all over the social media streets. Hashtag Expresso Show. Right about now, let's take care of business because it is the top of the hour, my lovely. It is the beautiful Carissa standing by with the news headlines.
Oh, thank you, gorgeous. 4 minutes after 6 o'clock. Let's head into your national news first, where the government has revised South Africa's 2024 economic growth forecast down to 1.1% from 1.3%. Presenting the medium-term budget policy statement, Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana said the economy is expected to grow by an average of 1.8% over 3 years. Godongwana added that a stable global environment, structural reforms, consistent electricity supply, and cautious confidence in the national unity government are supporting growth. However, effective debt management remains essential to achieving inclusive growth and reducing unemployment. Sticking to news in the country, Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi has announced the launch of a central system to keep residents informed about water outages and infrastructure repairs in the areas. He highlighted the illegal connections and water leaks are among the province's most significant challenges. To tackle these issues, Lesufi revealed plans to assemble a team of law enforcement officers dedicated to disconnecting illegal water connections throughout Gauteng. Now, the provincial government is collaborating with the Minister of Water and Sanitation to prevent a potential water crisis in the region. We take a look at your international news now, where French President Emmanuel Macron yesterday expressed his belief that Western Sahara should be under Moroccan sovereignty and pledged French investment in the territory. This region has been a focal point for dispute for decades, as it was formerly a Spanish colony. It is now largely controlled by Morocco, while the Algerian-backed Polisario Front seeks independence for the Sahrawi people. Macron's remarks signal a shift in France's long-standing position and align with their support from other nations, but angered Algeria, prompting the withdrawal of its ambassador to Paris. Meanwhile, flash flooding in southern Spain has resulted in at least 95 fatalities, with rescue teams searching for those feared missing. Of these deaths, 92 occurred in Valencia. Social media footage shows floodwaters wreaking havoc, dragging cars through streets and leaving some people clinging to trees. Now, the Spanish Weather Service reported that the town of Chiva received 491 milliliters of rain in just 8 hours. Now, that's equivalent to a year's worth of rainfall. Scientists say such extreme weather events are becoming more intense due to climate change and rising global temperatures. Now, for your first bit of news this morning, we bring it back to South Africa and just flagging that flag oh so high. In a moment of pure magic, the Ndlovu Youth Choir lit up New York City's Carnegie Hall Saturday night with their joyful spirit, earning standing ovations from a sold-out crowd. Now, since their unforgettable journey on America's Got Talent, as the first choir to reach the finals of both America's and Britain's Got Talent, they have captured hearts worldwide. Their vibrant 90-minute concert was part of Carnegie Hall's Spotlight on the Music of South Africa series, celebrating 30 years of South African democracy in partnership with the Desmond and Leah Tutu Legacy Foundation. Now, cellist Abel Silasau, as well as jazz marvel Nduduzo Makatini and Jesse Clegg with Solani Mahola, also took to the Carnegie stage, making it a season of unforgettable performances. Just like South Africa to do oh so well and be on that global stage shining so bright, let's hope they do the same in the world of sport. Here's Graham with the latest.
Thank you so much, Carissa. Let's start with a little bit of cricket and great news from a Proteas perspective. They dominated Bangladesh at stumps on day 2 of their second test, with Bangladesh struggling at 38 for 4 in response to a massive 575 for 6 declared at Chattogram. So the Proteas, they made history as Tony de Zorzi, Tristan Stubbs and Vian Mulder each scored maiden test centuries, making them just the second team in history to achieve 3 debut tons in an innings. So de Zorzi scoring 177, brilliant knocks, Stubbs weighing in with 106, and then Mulder remaining unbeaten on 105. Now, staying with cricketing news, but a little further afield, Andrew McDonald will continue as Australia's head coach up until at least the end of 2027. That's following a contract extension announced by the cricket officials. So the 43-year-old, who took charge in 2022, has led the team to a World Test Championship title, an ODI World Cup victory and an Ashes win in England. And currently Australia ranked #1 in Tests and #2 in ODIs and T20s, despite their early exit from the T20 World Cup in June this year. They will face India in what is a very highly anticipated 5-match Test series starting on the 22nd of November in Perth. Now onto footballing news, and Ruud van Nistelrooy, he made a triumphant start as Manchester United's caretaker manager, guiding them to a 5-2 League Cup victory over Leicester and into the quarterfinals as well. So Casemiro's top corner strike opened the scoring, followed by goals from Alejandro Garnacho, Bruno Fernandes Fernandes, and then a second from Casemiro. So Fernandes later rounded off the win after Connor Cody's consolation for Leicester. So Arsenal and Liverpool also advancing, while Chelsea, they fell 2-0 short to Newcastle, and then Tottenham, they beat Man City 2-1 to progress as well. Now, on to the track we go. In Formula or Ferrari strategy head, Inaki Rueda has joined the Sauber team as sporting director, in a move that reunites the Spaniard with his former boss, Mattia Binotto. So Sauber, who will become the Audi factory team in 2026, announced the news ahead of the Brazilian Grand Prix at Sao Paulo's Interlagos circuit. The Swiss-based team said Rueda will take over from Abid Zander, who has been with Sauber since 1980, and move to the heritage side of the company to keep that leadership role intact. But that's where we leave our sporting headlines for now. Of course, no traffic to report on just yet. Let's see what the weather has in store for your Tuesday morning, or Thursday rather.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Let's head into your weather for this morning, where the South African Weather Service has issued only one warning for today, and that is extreme fire danger. That extreme fire danger is expected in parts of the Northern Cape and Northwest Province. Meanwhile, sad environmental news has emerged that the African penguin, the continent's only penguin species found in places like Boulders as well as Betty's Bay, has been declared critically endangered. The International Union for the Conservation of Nature reports a rapid population decline due to competition with commercial fisheries, as well as climate-related shifts in prey availability. Now, local conservation groups are currently in litigation with the government over the closed fishing zones near penguin breeding sites. Hopefully, to cheer you up a little bit from that sad news, is that the sunrise view of the hour has been sent through from George. This is from Lauren. Absolutely gorgeous. Definitely putting a smile on my face. And I hope it does the same to you as you say good morning Thursday. Thank you so much, Lauren, for sharing your morning view with us. Those sun rays coming through, touching the earth, just also reminds us that it's going to be a great day indeed. And shout out to George for always looking so stellar. Remember to also share your morning views with us on 0634088863, and we'll delve into that throughout the show today, just to make sure that your side is also represented. Now, speaking about your side, let's have a look at what you can expect in your world of temperatures.
Beautiful day wherever you find yourself. Forget about it, because you're going to stay indoors for the next hour and 45 minutes, or no, 2 hours and 45 minutes or so. And we've got a lot in store. Aiko Gomez is here ahead of the BMX Pump Track World Champs. It's all going down in South Africa. A former world champ. I think she wants that crown back, and we'll get into what it's going to take to get it in just a moment.
Oh man, I love seeing women in sports. But we're going to move on and shift gears a bit, because we also have Grant Hines in the building. Of course, our gaming guru is back, and we're talking all things Tales of Kinzera. I mean, look at him go, look at him go.
Come on, son.
I hope that I'll get a chance to do that. That looks fun. I'm not necessarily a big gamer, but I think I could do that game.
Just let it out, man.
Just
let out all your frustrations. However your day has started, we'll get you set on the right course. We'll be back in just a moment. Stick around.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it dialed. And this morning we are joined by Aiko Gomez, the 2021 World Pump Track Champion, here to share a little part of her journey, some of the challenges she's faced, and what I would imagine is a lot of excitement as she prepares for the Velo Solutions UCI Pump Track World Championship Finals happening on the 9th of November this year. Welcome to our little slice of crazy. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the country. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. Are you?
I'm very good. I know it's very early to be thinking about such crazy, hectic things like a potential world title, but you've been there before. When you get into this kind of run-up to a competition like that, do you find things calm down? Do you get more frenetic? Where's your energy at right now?
Yeah, the weeks that lead into this event are more excited than other weeks. I look forward to this event the whole year actually, but my preparations are pretty relaxed. I keep my head calm, so I don't think about winning immediately. I just feel relaxed now.
How much does having won a world title, knowing that that's there in the bank, how much does that affect you going into a world championship? Are you able to just put that in the past and leave it where it is and just focus on this as a new challenge? Or is that kind of always there because you've proven what you can do?
No, I'm not thinking about it the whole time. It's in my head. It's in the back of my head, but it doesn't play like any role into my preparations. It's different every year, different people that join the
Different
competition.
field, yeah. For those that are uninitiated, because I think we're wanting to put pump track in its space within the ecosystem.
Yeah.
What would you say define the skills that are involved in this particular discipline when you get to the kind of tip of the spear where you are now?
But when you start, you don't need any skills. You just need to get a bike, get on the pump track, try, practice. Like every sports need practice. So yesterday we went to a pump track and we saw a guy riding who was scared to go on the pump track because like the better riders came up there. And I just told them, go on, we've seen beginners before. You don't need to be, yeah, you don't need to be ashamed, just go on and enjoy.
Sorry, and I don't say this to show my bias, but I grew up as a skater and I loved the mentorship roles that were always there. And you look at some sports and they'll be treated as a fringe sport, certainly within the global sporting kind of setup. But there is always an opportunity to meet with an older rider, to meet with a more experienced rider, someone that might have a world championship belt. There is something about that is really, really powerful. With this particular sport, though, I would imagine every year there is a young rider coming out there, or maybe 5 or 10 young riders coming out there doing things that no one thought was possible. How do you feel about this sport? What was it about you and this sport that just formed? Why was this the one that stole your heart?
Yeah, that's the fun thing also. We get to meet our heroes or ride together with them because in our sport, we just ride together. So the starting age of this event is 17. So I think when it started, I was 15. So I was looking forward 2 years to compete. Then I just won, so now it feels like a yearly event with a family. It's just so amazing.
It's your tribe.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. That being said, what is it going to take to win it this year? How are you going to get that world title?
Well, the last 3 years, my preparations weren't that good. I just had a lot of BMX races also, so I couldn't prepare for pump track a lot, but now I'm here 1 week before to get more preparations. I can't promise if it will work out, but this year I hope for a medal because I got 4th the last 2 years. So
And that burns.
Yeah, I don't want to go home with a chocolate medal again.
Listen, understanding how good the field is, I think you can be forgiven, but I'm sure that fire is absolutely burning. When you talk about the difference with, for instance, BMX preparation and pump track preparation, what is different? What have you been focusing on this week?
I think BMX racing is a lot more serious, so I like to prepare in a more relaxed way with friends without the pressure on it. It just feels way better. And I think it will help me to get a better result.
I would imagine there are going to be a lot of, in particular, young girls watching this space now with a completely different lens, seeing things differently. What advice do you have for someone wanting to get into this space and take it seriously? Because clearly there are opportunities.
For some people, it will work to take the preparations very seriously, but for me, it works to just enjoy it and don't think about everything too much. Just enjoy riding and don't let the pressure break you.
Just be free. You're on the other side of the world. You're in a beautiful country. Exactly. You're surrounded by your mates. An opportunity. And look, I know you're coming across as all sweet and nice and not competitive at all. I have a feeling come race day, something is going to switch quite dramatically.
Yeah, I think I will feel the pressure and the adrenaline, but it won't break me. I will just try to enjoy it. That's my mindset.
Oh, man, thank you so much for being here. All the best of luck. Stay safe. Enjoy the final week of preparations. To the rest of your tribe, just look after her. Please keep her chilled in the build-up, but enjoy the moment. I know these things come around only but once a year for that, that opportunity to prove yourself against the best, so we cannot wait to see you go and do that.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely love the opportunity for young riders in particular to see the world's best doing what they do on a completely different level. If you have the opportunity to get out there and plug in, especially as a young rider, do it.
Oh, I'm here for it. And from playing around in the real world to moving on to playing on a TV, we're back with professional gamer and tech enthusiast Grant Hines, of course, to discuss the intriguing world of a new game on the block. It's called Tales of Kinzera Zhao. Now, this new RPG has captured the attention of the gaming community with its immersive storytelling, as well as the innovative mechanics that are part of it. We got to dive into this, Grant. I mean, it looks like fun. The colors, the character. I'm not necessarily a gamer, but I'm telling you, this looks like my kind of game.
Look, this is awesome. And just as a kind of like a disclaimer, we've had Abu Bakr Salim on the show.
Yep.
He's the actor from Raised by Wolves.
Yep.
And he is the game director behind this.
Wow.
And it was his dream to present a game that was not with Western mythology. We're tired of all these stories of like Norse mythology and all that kind of stuff. This is a game about African mythology.
Wow.
So I think it's such a cool idea and such a cool vibe. It plays like all these side-scrolling games like Castlevania or Metroidvania or like Ori. I don't know if you've ever played Ori, Will of the Wisps. It's got that ability, but as you can see, it's very like precise in the way that it plays, and you need a lot of skill in order to actually play it, which is great. So you learn the skill as you
That's what I was going
progress.
to ask. So as you play the game, you can build up the skill. So I can actually approach this as a newbie, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay, that's perfect. So what sets this apart? I mean, you did mention the African story building and storytelling, but what really sets Zhao apart from other games?
I think it's a very tight game. It's very good to play. It's about 6 hours long, so it's a relatively short game. But the storytelling really does set it apart. So you play Zhao, who is a shaman.
Okay.
And he is mourning the loss of his father.
Wow.
And he speaks to the ancestors. He's got this mask. I've got this mask, so I could change my ability. So this is like the moon ability, which is more like shooting arrows. And then I can change my mask to like the sun, which is more like, here we go. So we've got some bad guys to beat. And with these abilities, I'm swapping between these two. And then, like, you see how I'm combining my tricks? Like a fighting game, kind of.
Oh, my goodness.
Right?
Like a Tekken.
Yes. So, like, now I've lowered his health, but I can go See how, there we go.
I'm so impressed by your multitasking right now.
You know, this is me, man. This is how
This is crazy.
This is what I do. So it's this incredible story that Abu Bakr himself, you know, he lost his father.
Wow.
And he's telling the story of loss and mourning through an African tale. You speak to the ancestors as you play the game, which is so cool, right?
Such a nice addition.
Right? And here we go. So this is your uncle. So also like African voice artists
accents,
and
yes.
African design. And it's just so
Oh my God,
refreshing
I'm
to
so
see an
impressed by
international
this.
game caring about us and our stories that we have on our continent, you know, as opposed to, and bringing them to the limelight. This is an EA original. This is on Games Pass. This is on every console, pretty much.
Wow.
And the whole world has a way of now partaking in our stories. Look at even the graphic design of like,
Yes, even the housing, the Ndebele painting,
yeah,
like...
it's so beautiful, and I think every African should play it. Like if you're into games and you're an African, you should play it. But everybody around the world who is interested in fantasy and mythology, that wants to
Yes.
hear a story that is completely original
Right.
from us, this is a great game to play.
So I was going to ask you what you think the future of gaming is going to look like, especially with this edition, because it is original, it is something fresh. Do you see more of this going forward?
So Tales of Kinzera, it's kind of like, you know, the name Lord of the Rings, right?
Yes.
Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that Zhao is one of the stories in the Tales of Kinzera. So I'm hoping that there are going to be more. I know he's working on some other projects at the moment, but that's a big passion for him, you know, is to bring these African stories. And I'm so appreciative that he took the time to do that.
Yeah.
And consulted with Africans, people in
That's
South
so
Africa,
important.
and game developers here to
Yes.
create a really exciting story.
Wow. I really can't wait. So this is Zhao. I can't wait to see like a woman warrior. I honestly, especially after watching Woman King, would really love to see that all play out. I mean, can you imagine? Oh, again, Kalunga, the ancestors.
Yeah, so like, and part of communing with the ancestors is a big part of the game, right?
Yeah.
So a big part of how you get your strength and your sources and your powers.
Come on.
Yeah, right?
That's
like it's so
incredible.
cool. So I'm very impressed with what they've done. Yeah, and also we've got so many exciting African stories that just don't often get told. They're not in our history books at school. Like it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
And like games are such a cool medium to be able to tell those stories.
Yes.
So
Because
hopefully.
you're doing it in a way that's fun, it's engaging, it's interactive, and you're definitely learning along the way. Oh, Grant, I love this. Thank you for a meeting with Death. What a way to end things off. Thank you for
But
showing
Death is
us
kind of
this
like an
way.
uncle. He's not like the Grim Reaper.
Okay,
You know what I mean? He's chill.
I love this. Okay, Tales of, let me get this name right, Kinzera Zhao is what you need to definitely get your hands on. I mean, Grant Hines has really led the way when it comes to African storytelling in the gaming world, and I hope that you too will get your hands on one of these. You said it's available on all consoles, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So it's available, and it's available online, so you can go to your online store and purchase it.
And
And I think it's
PC.
one of those sleeper hits this year that, especially for us South Africans, it's just like awesome.
You need to. Don't you sleep on it, is what I'm saying. And once you play it and experience it, please let us know your thoughts on the matter. I want to have a try, Grant.
Go for it.
Am I gonna kill Zhao?
No, don't do that. You are Zhao. Come on.
I am Zhao. Okay, Sanele, please wish me luck, girl, as I continue in this world of Kinzera. Am I going the wrong way?
My baby, Carissa, if there's somebody I trust, it is you, my beautiful lady. So I know you're going to do the things that need to be done, okay? And you know what? Grant's in the building, which means the show is officially having fun, okay? And beautiful Expresso family, it is going to continue because on the way, we get to hear what are Kuhle Adams' secrets to a perfect self-care day, huh? That's going to be answered in a bit. And then we also get to meet Beyond, and we get to find out how he's making a difference with his music. Someone who is so special, and I can't wait for you to get to know all about him. Do not go anywhere. Just small anyana break, and we'll be back after this.
There are stories of believers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, honey, we're in the business of feeling good, and this is why we love that you're with us, so we can send you off into the day on the perfect note, right? But someone who always hits the perfect note is a king who has proven that, yes, you can be a jack of all trades and a master of all. Not only is he a producer, just a musician at large, he's also a composer and someone that has worked with the likes of whom we call Carl Date, even Mngobiyazo, and so many others. And he has allowed the entertainment industry to go in so many different directions because of the way he does his music. He brings together so many different genres, but it comes out so beautifully and so soulfully, and I can't wait for you to hear it. But right about now, we're celebrating him all in the name of saying, yes, King Beyond, you are going over and beyond. So everyone, please can we welcome him to our Feel Good Breakfast show, Beyond on Expresso.
What an intro.
It's true, though.
That's amazing. Wow.
How are you, King?
I'm so great. Thank you for having me, guys.
Of
I really appreciate it so much.
We appreciate you. I want us to go all the way to the beginning, right?
Sure thing.
Because, of course, there is this person called Beyond.
Yes, yes.
But who is he exactly? And when did you realize that, hey, I've got a musical calling?
Okay, so igama lesibongo Neo Langalakho Mukwatle. I'm born and raised KwaMashu.
Yes.
I know I have a Sotho name and I speak Zulu, like full-on Zulu. So I realized, I think I was in primary. I think it's a feeling that you can't just, it's like ubizo. That's the true calling, and I had to just follow the path. And I'm grateful to God and my ancestors for allowing me to just walk on the path and just change lives and change my life also, yeah.
And honey, you're changing lives
Yes,
indeed.
it's been crazy.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing is that you're doing it in such a different way because your music, it brings together so many different genres.
Yes.
But what would you say it falls under exactly?
I would like to say therapy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like music therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like very soulful. It's like, and it's like the heart is there, and it's pure. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's something I think that comes out so strong in your music. Hence, I said that you're somebody who's soulful.
Yeah, very soulful. Yeah, like very
Yes.
jazz inspired, very like African roots. It has to be African also. It's Sikh.
Yes.
Yeah, it has to represent where I come from.
Yeah.
And Ubumina, yeah.
That's beautiful. And my love, I know that, you are someone who has gone from strength to strength ever since you started, right?
Yes.
But of course, that means that there's been certain highlights along the way. So talk to us about those. What have been the things that have stood out for you, that have been like, yeah, I am Beyond, and you're going to know. Thank you.
Sure. I think maybe the summer nominations 3 times in a row, that was something. This year also.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, and then that's a lot. I think we got multiple platinum winning albums. A couple of them with the guys. I'm always grateful for that also.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, I think being alive, that's the most important thing. As sometimes work saying, it's like, and to do what you love. That's like
Yes.
the biggest thing.
Do you see why you're so blessed?
Yeah,
Because you are grateful for the things that are
Yeah,
there.
yeah, like Mangvu and I'm like, yeah, let's do it again, guys.
I love that.
Yes.
And I also think that, you know what, when you have a heart like that, it's so easy for people to want to also bless you because you're not someone who takes things for granted.
No, not really. Yeah.
100%.
I appreciate everything.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
so grateful.
And that time, you've got so many of, like you said, Summer Award nominee.
Yes.
3 times
Yeah,
now.
3 times this year.
And it's so beautiful because I feel like there's so many people who always wait and are like, when is it my time? When is it my time? When you're just sitting in it 3rd time.
It's all the unkulunkulu. I won't lie.
Talk to us about the nomination for this year. How are you feeling and what does it mean to you?
So it's best classical instrumental album.
Yes, indeed.
It feels great, every year it's a different category. So I'm always like trying different music. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see we are going there on Saturday.
Yes.
I think. So I'm excited to see just the results, but just being recognized. That's the most important thing. Sometimes you're like, oh, recognized, oh, cool, let's keep going.
No, it's like, it's just a summer nomination.
No, I'm excited, obviously,
Yes.
but you have to keep going. Like, there's so much.
Yeah.
I'm next year.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. We're going to the Grammys, everybody.
I mean, you always want to do bigger and and just it's been great. It's been great, and everyone that I work with, like, they're super great human beings.
Yes.
And the energy, your studio, you could see, it's like,
When you were making that body of work, could you feel that it was going to be Summer Award nominated?
yeah, not really.
Really?
I was just like pure energy in studio with the collaborators, the guys I was working with. That was the most important thing.
Yeah.
With even the new projects we just finished, released last month. This month actually, for breast cancer. Mother's Milk. It was just like pure energy with different collaborators from all over the world, Yeah.
So please tell us about that. Because
yeah.
like I mentioned earlier on, you're someone who's making a difference with your music, partnering with Pink Drive.
Yes.
But what exactly is that partnership all about?
So it touched me. I wanted to do something.
Oh, I can't wait to hear a bit more that Ubiyand has to offer. What a lovely human being as well. And so congratulations to him on all of those nominations. For now, though, speaking about nominated individuals, we got to get into this. Understanding the importance of slowing down. And we looked over to our SAFTA-nominated presenter, Kutle Adams, who found some downtime to indulge in a day of self-care and also shared some of her top secrets to creating the perfect routine. Let's find out.
In order to relax, revitalize, and refresh, I am entering my soft girl era and transforming my shaving routine into moments of pure bliss. It's very, very important to take this time to slow down and enjoy a much-needed self-care solo date that can be created with very few simple steps. Step number 1, create a nurturing atmosphere for yourself. I do that by lighting my favorite scented candles and, of course, playing some sweet melodies in the background. This is just so you can build a safe and relaxed environment where you feel at peace and at ease. Step number 2, exfoliate. Use a gentle scrub or a loofah on focal shaving areas to avoid any ingrown hairs or irritation on the skin. Then follow it by rinsing off with a nice wet and warm cloth to soften hairs. Step number 3, use a soft scented quality shaving gel for a smoother and enjoyable shave. Step number 4, choose the right razor. The Soleil Escape Jasmine and Eucalyptus 5-blade is my go-to. With its 5 blades for a close and flexible shave, with its water-activated moisturizer, it offers the ultimate hydration for a flawless, perfect finish. Step number 5, post-shave care is very crucial. After having experienced the ultimate comfort and added control of the Soleil Escape Jasmine and Eucalyptus, finish off with a luxurious moisturizer. And after that, throw on your favorite gown or your favorite pajamas. Sit back and relax. Indulge in your self-care. Put your well-being first with a spa-like shaving experience using the Soleil Escape Jasmine and Eucalyptus 5-blade. With its mood-enhancing scented handle and its 360-degree moisture strips, you are guaranteed a smooth and skin-loving shave.
I mean, if there's one person that deserves to be in a soft girl era, it is Kutle Adams, and we love to see it. And for you, remember to hashtag choose soft as well. And tickle your senses with the jasmine and eucalyptus scented handle to transform your everyday shaving routine into a magical spa-like experience. And I can tell you, I've done it too. And just the scent is such a mood booster in and of itself. It'll transform you.
You should carry it around in your purse as well.
There.
It's like a little mini spa in your hand. Now my gaming friend over here. Can you call yourself a gamer?
I thought you were pointing at Grant.
No, it's her now. No,
me.
she's
Yes.
officially become a gamer.
Wow.
I'm going to try my hand. I know Grant is going to show us how it's done. And this one does come with a bit of a PG warning. We are getting into Call of Duty.
Oh.
Yep, you can see the weapons on screen, so please be aware. But we're going to get into Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the latest jewel in the crown. Cannot
You
wait.
are a gamer, though. You do play
Well, my
sometimes.
son plays brilliantly, and I've gotten to the point where he no longer asks for my help, so I think he has surpassed me. That's
He is
okay.
a pro. I absolutely love that. Well, speaking about pro, I'm a pro in the kitchen. At least I'm getting there. We're trying. And I'm going to show you how to make a vanilla custard tart with the help of Gray. You got some hands.
I tried not to laugh there. I was like, I nodded my head, like, yeah, no, she's a pro, and then I laughed. So,
No, I am
but
a
we'll
pro.
try.
You got to manifest your life, okay? We'll see you after this break.
Only you can make my day.
Drained? Dehydrated? You have lost more than just fluid. Recover faster. Add Rehydrate, SA's #1 oral electrolyte mixture.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we take another gaming turn. And next, we're diving into the latest installment of one of the biggest franchises in gaming. Let's be honest, that's Call of Duty with our favorite professional gamer and tech enthusiast, Grant Hines. And we're going to be chatting about what makes Black Ops 6 a great addition to the roster. Well, hopefully, it looks crisp, it looks clean, it's beautiful. And I'm hoping it's going to give the fans what they want. Mr. Grant Hines,
okay,
you're getting stuck
I was
in
about
here,
to
so-
show you how I could go silent in this mission, but it didn't work out. I'm just going to have to, like, funnel...
Well, yeah,
this.
that's not a silent gun, but earlier you did some pretty cool
No, I was
moves.
doing some cool stuff. Let me actually restart this
So,
checkpoint.
first of all, can you set the scene for us? Because it doesn't look like a conventional military sort of situation. We've got
Yes.
Black Ops, yeah?
So, America are still the good guys, weirdly
well,
enough.
he says holding a throwing knife.
Yeah, I mean, and also there's some weird missions in the Middle East, like in Iraq. It's set in 90s wartime. And
When the world
in
was
the
just
current
behaving
climate,
badly.
like, it just seems weird that they've done that, right? Still the
Or
baddies.
does it, Grant? Or does it, my
Yeah,
friend?
no, it doesn't. But one of the small ways to justify it, I guess, is that they are focusing on a more like, oh, no. There we go.
Wow.
Throwing out. A more Mission Impossible type like story.
Cool.
So it's set, you are playing Black Ops, which are a unit that continues a story, a unit inside the American government for Bill Clinton. And you kind of have the green lights to commit any war crime you want for the sake of freedom.
For freedom and justice.
But the main plot is that.
Whoa.
See, look, I'm sneaky, man.
Did you throw fruit at him or not?
A throwing knife. Can you imagine how I threw
Would
like
have been
this
dramatic
watermelon?
if you had
all this
clipped him
egg
with
would have
an
been
egg or a
would have been great.
chili
See,
popper.
I was going to tell Clem that I'm also good in the kitchen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Oh no, these guys are going to come
You
running.
do realize they put that watermelon there so you could
Yes.
do that, eh?
The door's obstructed. I can't. People are going to come for me in here. No! No! Running away.
And in case you were wondering, that is generally the call of the Black Ops team, is that high-pitched squeal as you
Oh
run
yes, yeah,
from...
yeah. So people know that's authentic. It's not just me screaming.
Well, I was going to ask you, because I found with some of the later editions in the Call of Duty family, you kind of have an expectation of action immediately. You go into story mode and it takes about 9 days before you actually get into the nuts and bolts of it. This feels like action off the bat.
A lot of it is stealth, actually, which is very cool. They've done some really cool things with mission design. So you can approach most missions just by doing stealth. Had 1 round. Why don't you tell me I had 1 round on my gun? Which is very cool. And the story is really weird. So it's not like, this is kind of their saving grace. There's a biochemical that they are trying to stop the world from getting. And not to give anything away, it kind of leads into the zombies mode of the story.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it is a bit like all out there and like, kind of like action movies from the 90s.
Okay, well, that seems like a bit of a departure here. So what does this mean within the Black Ops kind of ecosystem? How does this fit in?
Okay, so it's got a lot to offer. It's about 200 gigs and install.
Wow.
So obviously there's this campaign which is about 8 hours long. It's probably one of the most original campaigns that Call of Duty's seen in a long time.
Right.
It's not very self-aware, which would have been like a way cooler in my mind. Because, you know, the main thing, it is a political story. All Call of Duties are political stories, whether they like it or not. So it would have been very cool if
they could have gone a layer deeper, yeah.
No, they could have gone a layer deeper, but they didn't. Most people are going to be playing this for the multiplayer mode. I know everyone's asking. And the multiplayer mode is great. There's a new thing called omnidirectional movement, where you can, I'll see if I can run. See, I can run and dive. And you can run and dive in any direction. So I'm sliding sideways. And that kind of plays a very interesting role in the multiplayer, right?
In the competitive space, yeah. Oh, buddy, you done.
He's so dressed. Did you dress like that in the 90s?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, everyone's dressing like that now, buddy.
See, like, we want a cocktail shaken, not stirred.
Yeah, you might have bitten off more than you can chew.
It's like a John Woo movie. Actually, that's exactly what this game is. It's a John Woo movie.
Maybe you should have started with that. That's brilliant. That's all I need to hear. It's got action, it's got pace, it's got new dynamics. This is sounding like a hit, man.
Yeah, so it's very cool. And then the multiplayer is great. So, like, even if you don't like the campaign story, you still have there's a lot to be offered with the zombies mode is a horde mode, so zombies come running at you. And if you've got Xbox Game Pass, this is free. This is the first Call of Duty that is actually free to play from the get-go, which is everyone in the gaming industry is talking about right now.
Why would they do that?
Because
to bring more people into the franchise?
To bring more people into Xbox Game Pass, I assume. But you can, if you want to, just opt in to buy it straight up. Which I think a lot of people are going to do because this is the game that they buy every year. It's like FIFA or EA Football, whatever it's called now.
So if you're going to get it free, why not hop across the fence?
And you can play, again, look, it's a multiplayer game you want to play with your friends, right? So now all your friends can pretty much play it as long as you've got the internet bandwidth to download 200 gigs. That's the other thing. You're gonna, Mom, can I use the internet? And it's gonna be like, you know, I'm gonna run.
You took me back, Deborah. I just heard the dial-up tone in my head.
And it was free for the whole weekend for 7 Rand, right?
I'm thinking of me getting my Randellas together to go and pay for my 15 minutes at an internet cafe so that you can get on a PC to avoid studying for final exams. Don't do that, kids. Don't do that, kids. Absolutely love the look of it, man. I've got to say, this looks like a great addition to the franchise. If you're a Call of Duty fan, maybe you can let us know on the socials. Hit Grant up if you have played this. Let us know how you feel about the latest edition. Black Ops 6 looks pretty cool.
Definitely looks so cool, man. I'm telling you, by the end of these 3 hours, you're going to be a gamer. Not only that, you're going to be a mini chef as well, especially after such an easy recipe that we're about to get into. Now, if you are looking for a dessert that's both elegant as well as effortless, these vanilla custard tartlets are definitely made to impress. Now, with creamy vanilla custard nestled in a crisp golden pastry, and then also just topped with some fresh fruit because it's summer after all, this treat is perfect for family gatherings. And when I say family gatherings, I mean our feel-good fam. So I've got to ask Graham to come and join us because we're going to make a little dessert together. Super simple, super easy.
Jeez, you've been busy.
I've been busy.
I've only left you for about 30 seconds. You've already made
That's
little
all
cups.
it takes.
You've chopped the fruit. Wow. You've
Okay, have you worked with phyllo pastry before?
I know you're asking me as if it's some indication of my confidence or ability with phyllo pastry, in which case I'll say no. I've never worked with phyllo pastry before because...
Well, neither have I.
I would imagine it is quite challenging, but we have played with phyllo pastry on the show.
Yeah.
Wow, you handle that gigantic knife.
You know what?
With
It's on my Christmas
confidence.
list. I want a knife for Christmas.
Oh, a chef's knife
I
is
want
a
a
very
chef's
special
knife.
thing, hey? It's
I must
a very
be careful
special
though,
thing.
because I'm very clumsy.
Yeah.
Okay, then I've got to cut it. So you cut it down the side, and then
Okay.
you cut it in 4, because essentially we're going to layer it up in here, right?
For sure. So you want some kind of little rectangle square type vibes.
Mathematics.
I suppose make the most of the
Let's go
phyllo that
half.
you've got, hey?
Yes,
You're just dividing. You're going in twos. Nice. No, that's a great way to
That's
approach
more
it.
rectangle than square.
I know, but it's fine because that's the shape
We're going to
of
make it work.
the thing. And you can have, because you want
I
some...
appreciate you,
No,
Greg.
but that could be great because you want some corners to kind of extend a little bit
You do.
further so that you've got that beautiful little crispy kind of fold there. I love that. It looks like a flower with the petals
And it's going to
opening up.
complement the custard so nicely because crispy and the soft creaminess is going to be delicious. So
Ooh,
you
are
do
you
this
doing layers
4
and layers
times
and
over.
layers?
Yes. I told you baking is not my
wow.
strength, but with the help of
I'd put some young caster sugar in there with that cinnamon, I think, because I love cinnamon sugar as like a flavor profile.
yes.
And I think these are, I mean, this is great because you're getting obviously the sugar from the fruit. The berries are just popping at the moment. Blueberries are on another level.
These
so I
blueberries
love that.
especially.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. But I love this. This is quite a creative jumping off point where you, if you kind of think about it, you can take this in a number of different directions. And of course, with the vanilla flavored custard
So
to round it off,
good.
you could pretty much put anything inside the cup and just put the vanilla custard on top and it would be amazing. I think.
exactly. This took way more concentration than I thought
I
it was
know, but
going
you're
to.
doing it. You're taking it very, very seriously, which is great.
Okay, essentially that's what it needs to look like. So you do that a couple of times over. Do you want to try your hand with that?
I'll try that.
Okay.
Are you going to?
I'm gonna pass it
this
to
side?
you, yeah.
Are we going to? Are you swapping places?
I am.
There we go.
Because, I mean,
But
ta-da!
yours is going to look identical to theirs. That looks beautiful, man. Well done.
Thank you, Greg, because I want to tell you more about this
Excuse me,
delicious
leaning-
custard
leaning
as I
across you.
spilt and cleaned up my station. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So this custard, right?
Yeah.
I think by now we all know that I really love custard, vanilla custard in particular, clover vanilla custard in particular. But this one does provide a rich, creamy filling that pairs really beautifully with the light, flaky phyllo pastry, right? The shells that we're going to be pouring it into. And then also really delicious with the bursts of flavor of the fruit on top. It's so easy when it comes to entertaining. It's something that doesn't take too long. You can get in the kitchen, make it, get in, get out, done. Now, made with 75% real dairy, Clover's custard offers an authentic, full-bodied vanilla flavor that shines through every single bite. It's ready to use, which means there's no need to whip or even blend. All you have to do is pour it or spoon it. Any method, it will still taste just as delicious. And with this tart in particular, Graham, you are speeding through this.
Are you talking about me? Why did you point at me when you said this tart in
Didn't mean
particular?
to, but now that
Okay.
you mentioned it. Okay, so this is what we do, right? We do this in the oven for 12 to 15
Okay.
minutes, and then it becomes this magic over here. And what we do with that is we take our custard. And we literally
you glug
just
it.
pour
I think
it-
that's the term. You were using pour as I think
It's
you glug.
glugging
You
it
glug the custard. I
in.
think that's how it actually officially works. So you're going with how many slices of the phyllo? 4
4 in each cup.
in each little. And I think the rectangle is actually essential to get those perfect little kind of
The
petal
edges?
leaves, as I say. I think you've done a superb job.
Thank
girl. Well
you.
done.
Didn't I tell you I was a pro in the kitchen?
You did, hey? And I think I ridiculed you on
I
live
ridiculed
TV, as
me
you
too.
said.
Okay, and then you go in with berries. Do you like all kinds of berries?
Yeah, no,
Strawberries,
mix it up. I think
blackberries?
the joy of living where we do is that you just get exquisite fresh berries. So use
Yes.
whatever you have. But blueberries at the moment just seem to be about 9 times bigger.
They do, and also
great.
firmer. And I love a big and firm berry. Like, give it to me.
I know,
all
people
day.
have always said that about you, Carissa.
Carissa loves it. A big and firm berry. Okay, you can find this at expressoshow.com. And isn't that the most perfect little bit?
And it kind of looks like you've been to a shop and bought them.
Right?
They actually
And
look-
that's my
they
favorite
look pro.
genre of hosting. If somebody says, that looks like you went to a shop and it only took me 5 minutes, I'm super
That could
excited.
be a question on a dating profile. What is your genre of hosting? Well, I prefer the 0.5% hosting contribution where the job is done by someone else and I steal the kudos.
Well, you continue doing that. I'm going to try to package this and send it over to Joburg in the meantime.
Sell it.
Because, Zanele, you need to taste some of this.
What's new from Clover? This festive season, indulge in the new creamy and smooth Clover custard. Transform your ordinary desserts to extra delicious moments for you and your family. Try it, you'll love it. Clover, made with love.
Carissa, please, I'll take 5, okay? I'll take 5 of them, not too much or anything like that. And Carissa, you really are a chef now. Hey, my sister, you've been doing the things. I love this. When I'm in Cape Town again, I'm coming to stay by you. But Expresso family, I do need you to stick around. Why? I always tell you we still got so much coming up on the show. And let me give you a couple of reasons. Okay, let's start with 2, all right? First and foremost, my friend, you need to stick around because we are indeed going to be getting into one of my favorite things, which is the beautiful Carissa showing us what she does as she winds down after a show and a little bit of fun in the sun. And then we're also going to be jumping on into a few other things that I know we're going to enjoy together as an Expresso family. But you got to stay exactly where you are. Do not go anywhere. It's all happening right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
This Saturday evening on Tropica Island of Treasure.
Congratulations, spot on!
Finally, this game is interesting now.
Still don't know who to trust.
Be careful! That's
words.
what I'm saying. Stacey is so angry.
Makes our decision easy. Yeah.
This is the time to gang up.
It's about to get spicy.
People will be shocked. Gobsmacked.
Catch Tropica Island of Treasure Saturday evenings at 7:30. Repeat Mondays at 2 and Fridays at 6 p.m. on S3.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. Now, we've spent an hour together, which means we've got 2 more coming your way on this Thursday morning. But let's get into your news at the top of the hour. Now, we start out with national news, where Eastern Cape Premier Oscar Mabuyane has condemned the murder of 2 women, including traditional leader Nonqele Mtirara, as well as alleged rape of the 5 pupils in Mkwezeni, Mbia. The pupils preparing for matric exams were robbed and raped, while Mtirara was fatally shot at her home. No arrests have been made, but police spokesperson Sipokazi Mawisi says specialized units are investigating, with all resources focused on locating the suspect. Now, government spokesperson Kusesala Ranchi says that the affected pupils are receiving counseling as police intensify their efforts. And of course, we're sending their family all our love right here on Your Feel Good Fam. The government has revised South Africa's 2024 economic growth forecast down to 1.1% from 1.3%. Presenting the medium-term budget policy statement, Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana said the economy is expected to grow by an average of 1.8% over 3 years. Godongwana added that a stable global environment, structural reforms, consistent electricity supply, and cautious confidence in the national unity government are supporting growth. However, effective debt management remains essential to achieving inclusive growth and reducing unemployment. Taking a look at your international news, emergency workers report that at least 20 more people were killed yesterday in Israeli attacks in the Gaza Strip. This comes on the heels of an airstrike on Tuesday that left 93 people either killed or missing in Beit Lahia. Israel has not yet responded to Tuesday's attack, but the U.S. described it as horrific. Israel says the intensified military actions aim to prevent Hamas from regrouping after a Hamas attack on October 7th last year, during which 1,200 people were killed and more than 250 were taken hostage. Meanwhile, French President Emmanuel Macron yesterday expressed his belief that Western Sahara should be under Moroccan sovereignty and pledged French investment in this territory. This region has been a focal point for dispute for decades, as it was formerly a Spanish colony. It is now largely controlled by Morocco, while the Algerian-backed Polisario Front seeks independence for the Sahrawi people. Macron's remarks, which prompted applause from lawmakers, signal a shift in France's long-standing position and align with support from other nations, but angered Algeria, prompting the withdrawal of its ambassador to Paris. For this hour, we close up with this story where at Prague Zoo, a clever orangutan named Kawi showcased his ingenuity while trying to retrieve a floating basket. Lucy Steptinova, a visitor from Prague, watched in awe as the Kawi eyed the basket drifting in the pond. Determined to play, he grabbed a long piece of cloth and tossed it into the water, making it heavy. With a huge swing, he caught the basket's edge and dragged it to the shore, where he joyfully began to explore his trophy. Kawi then climbed into a high branch, hanging the wet rag over it, and settled underneath, catching the dripping water in his mouth. Lucy says it was incredible to watch, a delightful moment that she'll treasure forever. That's where we leave your 7 o'clock news. Let's delve into your world of sports with Graham.
Thank you so much, Carissa. Let's kick it off with a momentous day for the Proteas yesterday. They dominated Bangladesh at stumps on day 2 of their second test, with Bangladesh struggling, it must be said, 38 for 4 in response to a massive 575 for 6 declared in Chattogram. So the Proteas, they made history as Tony de Zorzi, Tristan Stubbs and Björn Mulder each scored maiden test centuries, making them just the second team ever to achieve 3 debut tons in an innings. So de Zorzi, the shining star there, scored 177, Stubbs 106, and then Mulder remained unbeaten on 105. Now, staying with cricketing news, Andrew McDonald will continue as Australia's head coach until at least the end of 2027. And I think that was expected. That was following a contract extension announced by cricket officials in the country. The 43-year-old who took charge in 2022 has had an incredible tenure. He's led the team to a World Test Championship title, an ODI World Cup victory, and Ashes win in England as well. So currently Australia ranked number 1 in tests and number 2 in ODIs and T20s, despite their early exit from the T20 World Cup in June this year. And they'll face India in a very highly anticipated 5-match test series starting on the 22nd of November in Perth. Now on to footballing news, and it's been a while since I've said his name. Ruud van Nistelrooy, of course, back in the fold. He made triumphant start as Manchester United's caretaker manager at the moment, guiding them to a 5-2 League Cup victory over Leicester and into the quarterfinals as well. So Casemiro's a top corner striker opening the scoring, followed by goals from Alejandro Garnacho, Bruno Fernandes, and then a second from Casemiro. Fernandes then rounded off the win after Connor Cody's consolation goal for Leicester. So Arsenal and Liverpool also advancing, with Chelsea falling 2-0 at the hands of Newcastle, rather than then Tottenham edging out Man City 2-1. Now on to Formula One news off the track, and former Ferrari strategy head Inaki Rueda has joined the Sauber team as sporting director in a move that reunites the Spaniard with his former boss, Mattia Benotto. So Sauber, who will of course become the Audi factory team in 2026, announced the news ahead of the Brazilian Grand Prix at Sao Paulo's Interlagos circuit. And the Swiss-based team, Andrew Werder, will take over from Beat Zander, who has been with Sauber since the 1980s and now moves to the heritage side of the company. That's where we leave our sporting headlines for now. We'll touch on those headlines again at around 8 o'clock. The roads should be up and running by now. Let's get the latest on the traffic front.
The latest in the traffic is me telling you to please be safe, Mzansi, because there's a few things happening, and let me let you in on them. Starting off in Gauteng, Germiston, there's been an accident involving a heavy motor vehicle on the R24 West before Galulis. The left lane is closed, so please approach the affected area with caution. Over in the mother city, Khayelitsha, there's a stationary truck on the N2 outbound after the ramp from New Way. The left lane is obstructed, so exercise caution while passing through, please. Then keeping it in Cape Town, Century City, traffic is slowing down on the N7 southbound at the N1 inbound ramp, causing congestion. So please do allow for some travel time over there. And always remember, you've got to drive safely because we want you to get there in one piece. Now, in terms of the weather, let's take a look at what's happening on your side. We always love to hear from the South African Weather Service because they keep us in the know. And today, they've only issued one warning for today, which is an extreme fire danger, and it's expected in parts of the Northern Cape and Northwest Province. Meanwhile, sad environmental news has emerged. The African penguin, the continent's only penguin species found in places like Boulders and Betty's Bay, has been declared critically endangered. Unfortunately, the International Union for the Conservation of Nature reports a rapid population decline due to competition with commercial fisheries and climate-related shifts in prey availability. Local conservation groups are currently in litigation with the government over closed fishing zones near penguin breeding sites. And we hope that that does get better because we never want to see a species be endangered like that. However, my friends, something that we do always want to see is your morning view. And this morning, the queen that has come through from Pretoria, it is none other than Louise. My sweetheart, you have given me all the nostalgia from the time I used to live in Pretoria. I loved Jacaranda season, and you've just given us a beautiful picture of what exactly is happening at this time of the year, and it is stunning. Purple and so gorgeous, and we appreciate you, Louise. But you, Mzansi, come and do your country duty, please. 063-408-8863. Show us what your sunrise or morning view is looking like this morning. Right about now, let's take a look at what's happening in terms of your temperatures.
Because in Upington, we're just built differently. Regardless of the weather, I want you to focus right now on your opportunity to win. In fact, if you're a big sports fan, you can dribble your way to millions by playing Sports Stake 8 Fixture List 798. Why we get so specific for this one? Well, there is an estimated jackpot of 2.9 million rand available this Thursday. So please don't get left behind. That fixture list closes at 7 o'clock this evening. You can play your sports stake games in store. You can go online to their website, nationallottery.co.za, or you can use their mobile app. The main thing is just to do it and just give yourself the opportunity to be in your game and take home millions, literally today.
Yes, lots of money coming your way and lots of feel good right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Still so much within the next 2 hours, including me having a bit of a post-show session, having a good time out in the sun and staying protected every single time the sun rays hit me. Don't worry.
Lies, you don't
I'm
have a
good.
life after the show.
I don't.
No one has a life after the show. We
No,
just go.
I went out in the park. It was so beautiful, gray. I touched trees. My feet touched grass. I was like, what is this
But
like?
how important is that?
So important.
You've got to stay grounded. Like, scientifically, they know we need to absolutely do that. So I'm so glad. And then, of course, if you're struggling with your sinuses just a little bit at the moment, we might have just the sage advice that you need. You don't need to suffer in silence or alone. Thank you so much. I like the fact that you know I like it strong.
And also full
Cheers, my friend.
cream. We don't hold back here. Cheers.
We'll see you now.
There are stories of creators, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
I hope that you have your coffee in hand, because welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're about to delve into a really important conversation as the changing seasons are upon us. With spring in full swing, we're finally shaking off winter's chill, along with those lingering sniffles, we hope and pray. And today we're tackling your top concerns about cold prevention and also staying healthy through the season change. And who better to have here than Dr. Chanel Martinezson to join us and share some expert advice on keeping yourself and your loved ones protected. Doc, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Resort ready too.
Yeah.
Come on, the scrubs are looking so incredibly good. But we've got to talk about these changing seasons. So I know as soon as the colder season hits, people have all these misconceptions around how to prevent, how not to prevent. They say cold hair, don't go out with the cold hair. Cover your chest, do this, do that. Now, are there any sort of misconceptions when it comes to this season changing?
Yeah. So I think throughout cold and warmer weather, the cold air and the wet hair definitely don't make you sick. Okay.
Thank you for confirming
So I just
that.
want to apologize to the moms and the grandmas who actually say that to the kids. I know my mom's going to call me after this and say that it's not right. But it doesn't make you sick. It's not the cold and it's not the wet hair that makes you sick. It is when your immune system is actually compromised. So when you are actually not at the best, when your immune system's not strong enough, and your hair's wet, it can't actually fight the bugs. So, I mean, with spring, there's a lot of pollen in the air, and if you are prone to sinusitis, your body won't be strong enough to actually fight the infection. So it's actually just about keeping your immune system strong.
Oh, we want to do that all year, 365,
Yeah.
24/7. Okay, when it comes to congestion, since you've mentioned that, do we need to address it quite quickly as soon as we see the symptoms? How exactly does that work?
Yeah, so nasal congestion happens when there's inflammation in the nasal passages, and it can lead to sinusitis or nasal polyps or middle ear infections if it's
Wow.
just left.
Okay.
And when we talk about sinusitis, so I know a lot of people say, I've got sinus.
Yeah.
All of us have sinuses, okay? So our sinuses sit over here. This is the frontal sinuses, and these are the maxillary sinuses. So our sinuses are actually just little holes that wait for either inflammation or it gets filled with mucus. And that's actually what makes you feel that heaviness with the sinusitis, like everything's clogged up in your head and causes the headaches. So with sinusitis, you actually want to decongest the congestion with, decongestants so that it doesn't lead to secondary infections. Because if you think about it, if you just leave like stagnant water and it just sits there, it will, bugs will come and fester.
Oh, the thought of that is creeping me out.
And then, then you actually need to use antibiotics afterwards because then it's infected. So you do want to decongest as soon as you feel the symptoms.
Oh, I love being here because I'm just learning so much every single day. Because we do say that. You've got sinus, but we
it's
all have...
sinusitis.
Sinusitis.
Yeah, inflammation of the sinuses. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I love that we're debunking myths here as well while we're at it. So when it comes to the day-to-day, what sort of simple habits can we implement in our lives to ensure that we really are in top shape?
Yeah, I think COVID helped us a lot with this. We, obviously, with mask wearing, people are a lot more comfortable with mask wearing now. Washing our hands, I think just to still consciously remember, even I forget sometimes, you actually just have to, even after blowing your nose, touching a tissue to wash your hands because you're just moving germs from one place to another place and spreading it. And then, like I said, keeping your immune system intact. So a good way to help with that is zinc and vitamin C, because when you don't get sick as quickly and you don't, you won't get sick as badly if your immune system is intact. So keeping your immune system in shape and strong, exercising, eating healthily. I know it's difficult for some people. Drinking lots of water to actually just flush out anything. And with warmer weather, it does motivate you to be a little bit more.
Honestly, I carry my comfort bottle with me everywhere I go. Yeah. Okay, so I quickly want to touch on that because when it comes to washing our hands, is sanitizer good enough? And when it comes to supplements in terms of vitamin C and zinc, can we take supplements or should we be eating it?
You should be eating it within your diet, but if you're not getting it in your diet, you can take it. So especially with kids going to creche, they're exposed to so many germs. Zinc actually helps them to fight a bit better. So you can be taking it, but ideally we would want it in your diet as well.
Okay, perfect. That's always best.
Yeah,
You can get it from the tree itself. Okay, so let's talk about Sinutab in particular, right? How can it actually help activate the things that we needed to do? And also, when it comes to feeling under the weather, I mean, we need to grab that Sinutab. How exactly does this work in our favor?
Okay, so Sinutab is actually an analgesic. It's a decongestant and an antihistamine in one. So you have a bit of everything. And like I said, explained with the decongestant part, you want that because that's what bothers patients the most. It's the congestion and that heaviness and the headaches, and they just don't feel well. So taking the Sinutab does have that decongestant effect. You can also take it up to 4 hourly safely. So patients think if they just take one, then they'll be fine. You can actually take it again. And then there's also Sinutab, obviously, with codeine and without codeine. So when you take with codeine, that's the part that makes you drowsy.
Okay.
If you're going to be out and social and active, maybe don't take the codeine at the time, and just take the one without the codeine. So you can actually do your daily functions, but not feeling drowsy.
Yeah, especially at work as well. I mean, if you find yourself here, you don't want to be nodding off. So I think that it's so great that there is an option with no codeine. Thank you for coming with some good news, Doc. We absolutely love this. Also, if you look the part to deliver the news, we appreciate that. From the nails to the scrubs, we're here. Thank you so much, Doc. And seasonal changes can be unpredictable. We do know this. But with Sinutab, you can, of course, stay ahead of the curve and block your day and get back to feeling yourself no matter the season. Gray, do you want to unblock your day? Thank you for being here, though, Doc. Really appreciate all that info.
I was like,
Thank you so much, ladies. Thankfully, not suffering too much when I step outdoors because this is the time to embrace it because the sun is out and every moment under the sun is a chance to create memories with Nivea Sun. And Carissa took us along on a day out and about for a post-show wind down, she calls it, showing us how daily sunscreen makes it easy to embrace every sun-filled moment with confidence and, most importantly, with care.
One thing I'm really trying to embrace and learn is that self-care is not selfish. And so every single day I try to find a moment in my life, whether it's really early in the morning when I'm getting done or taking a moment after work when we've wrapped. Thank you. See you tomorrow. After a hectic day on set, which today has been, I like to unwind a little bit and relax. And the perfect way to do that is to step outside into nature and either go for a walk or just make sure that I'm doing something to get active. And that's what we're doing today. And that's it. Once the makeup comes off, the sunscreen goes on immediately and always. And I go for the Nivea Sun Shine Control. Now this is going to immediately protect my skin against UV rays and also prevent any sort of sun damage. I love it too because it leaves you with a mattifying look. So let's get that right on. Never forget the neck. Perfect. I think it's time we slip into something a little bit more comfortable. Before I hit the road, I always make sure to protect my hands. Now, these babies often get forgotten, as well as our arms as we're driving. So I go for the Nivea Sun SPF 50+, just to ensure that I'm protected from any of the sun rays that comes in through the windows, creeps in, and might get you. But no sun damage over here if I have anything to do with it. If I could, I would scream from the rooftops just the importance of sunscreen. Come every season, spring, summer, autumn, and winter, and every single shade that you may have, sunscreen is absolutely vital. And I love the Nivea Sun because it doesn't only give immediate protection, but also provides moisture to your skin throughout the day. Nobody wants to look ashy, especially in summer where the legs are out and the arms are out. And I also get protection from the sun's rays. That's UVA and UVB rays for short and long-term protection, so my skin can stay looking good. There is absolutely nothing that beats the outdoors just to fully recharge the mind, body, and soul. And I love this garden. I come here to get some light movement in, and also it's the perfect spot for a picnic. Hey, Clarence, how are you?
I'm all right, thanks.
Good, good. This is my friend Clarence. Now, on my fitness journey, I love to be held accountable, and so I consider him my fitness buddy. But before we get started, we're in the outdoors, yes, and we're also in the shade, but we've got to still protect ourselves. So let's get on some sunscreen for extra protection.
Okay, so that's it. We can get started.
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna start with a bit of shakes. So just upper body, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna move on to squats. Make sure your legs are shoulder width apart. Put your arms forward. You can touch your arms together. It doesn't matter. So 3, 2, 1.
Now, I know for sure that squatting is going to work up a sweat, but I don't even have to stress because Nivea Sun protects me. It is sweat resistant, and also out here in the outdoors, the only thing that I can focus on is getting my glutes going. Oh, okay. 5, 9, 10. Yes, I did it. Whew. Shake it off. Yes, Clarence, thank you for this. Same time next week, you got it.
Now that my life has really picked up when it comes to its pace, I really prioritize just spending some time to pour back into myself. So it can really be as simple as taking a walk in nature, you know, going outside and admiring the trees around me, hearing the wind and seeing the birds. Just taking a moment to say, okay, yes, your life is fast-paced, but also take care of your well-being. Find that balance in the everyday, and it can be the small things that really make the difference. I was introduced to frequent application of sunscreen around my early years in varsity when I had a friend that from the tip of her head to the toes, she would cover herself in sunscreen every single day. And so I really took that tip from her when she said, Carissa, you're going to prevent a lot of aging with this. So for the past good couple years, I apply sunscreen every single day. It doesn't matter if it's dark outside, it doesn't matter if it's raining or if the sun is shining, I will apply sunscreen. And if I know that my arms and my legs are exposed, I'll carry some body sunscreen with me and apply it multiple times throughout the day. Sunrise to sunset, protecting my skin has become an integral part of my me time routine. Now it's a simple habit that allows me to stay healthy and also continue doing what I love. Thanks to Nivea Sun, I know I'm covered.
Oh, I love that green energy, vitamin
It was incredible.
D.
Perfect day,
Hey.
honestly. We don't need much. Step outside, go for a walk in a park, grab some sun. Perfect day.
And it just resets. Absolutely love that. Make sure that sun safety is a part of your daily routine as well. Don't wait until you get to my age and look back with regret. No, honestly, it's a way you can be proactive. And right now, if you buy any Nivea Sun product, you stand a chance of winning as well. Here's how.
Wouldn't you love to visit the home of tropical island of Treasure Zanzibar? Well, you can. Buy any Nivea Sun product, dial *120*607#, and you could stand a chance to win a trip for two to the Safira Blue Luxury Resort and Villas in Zanzibar. Keep your till slip handy. T's and C's apply. You could be soaking up the sun in Zanzibar.
And Hattie, why would you not want that, huh? A little bit of Zanzibar sun for your day, for your life even. However, all of that can be yours. You know what to do. You just heard the details. Right about now, I need to give you the details of what's still to come and something I cannot wait for. This weekend, we're celebrating the South African Music Awards, my lovely 2nd of November. And we've got Leslie Mofokeng, who's here to tell us all about it, what you need to know and how you can possibly be there. Then on top of that, we know Black Friday deals are in the building. So Queen Taryn is going to be giving us insight into the latest Black Friday tech deals. It's all happening right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Do not go anywhere. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back after this.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, Well, you've got game, we've got game, and Black Friday is approaching, but we've thought we'd turn it into a whole festival of Black Friday game stores. Black Friday has officially started. Yep, it's weeks of opportunity here. It's going to be massive. We are kicking things off with a Black Friday hero deal that's going to get tech lovers buzzing, I think. And here to give us the lowdown is our very own tech expert, Grant Hines. Grant, you've been quite happily, sitting there like there are some surprising things going on here,
It's
man.
weird. I've actually been doing a ton of reviews on the A series phones that Samsung released, and they are great. They're great phones, especially for their price points.
So let's get into the deal here.
Yes.
This is the opportunity. Black Friday, people often want to focus on the tech. They want to focus on a new device, but a lot of devices can still be out of reach because the bank is just too much.
Yeah.
Talk to us about how this kind of sits within the ecosystem of phones, because
Okay,
this
cool.
is good value, man.
So it is the Samsung A25, which is one of their entry-level mid-range phones, but the specs are great. 50 megapixels sensor, 6.5-inch Full HD Plus display, 8 gigs of RAM that is built into this. This is a powerful little phone. It can do a significant more than you think. It's got a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, so it's got the same battery capacity as your top-end Ultra
I would say
devices.
go look a few years back at some of the top-tier phones and see how they perform, and maybe compare for yourself, because I think you might be surprised.
Yes,
You might
but
be
here's
surprised.
the kicker. So
Okay.
Game have dropped the price, get this, by 1,700. So like
What?
1,700 Rand, right? But it's not just you don't just get the phone.
Yo.
Okay, so this is where the deal is amazing. You get the brand new Galaxy Buds FE as well, which are Samsung's Buds, the FE, the Fan Edition range, that have active noise cancellation. So headphones generally with active noise cancellation are generally quite expensive. These retail for 2,000 Rand. So not only are you getting like a phone, like really an A25 5G, so it's got 5G in it, for 4,299 Rand.
Brilliant.
You get a 2,000 Rand headset for free. These Galaxy Buds are amazing. Which is, so like whether you want to keep it for yourself or you keep it as a Christmas present for somebody.
I was going to say, it's, we're going beyond stocking fillers now, because these are all kind of premier items. I love that. When we talk about these the Buds FE, why is that such a powerful notion, the noise cancelling, and why is that such an added plus?
So Samsung do this thing where they re-release products the next year that are super popular for fans, and they have a slightly different build quality, but they have a lot of the same features, or sometimes even improved features from the previous generation. And the Buds FE is one of those. They're redesigned with fans in mind. And for 2,000, I think they're like 2 grand, which is a really good price for those anyway. But when you're paying 4,299 Rand for a phone that's worth over 5,000 Rand, and you get 2,000 Rand you're basically getting a phone for like just over 2 grand that's worth,
This
worth
is
over
insane.
5,000
My
Rand.
little brain's still trying to kind of catch up to you, because this is kind of layers within layers of value add.
And they're not just buds that you you tack on. They are buds that work within the Samsung ecosystem that you've seen right there. So they connect really easily to your phone. They work with Samsung products with Bixby and Google Assistant and all those kind of things. They are really good. But like my go-to, I review a lot of headphones. My go-to are Samsung Galaxy Buds for running and stuff. And I've got high-end headphones at home.
Yeah, you can try every year.
But it's just the reliability that especially with your phone.
The sound quality.
The touch is working out, all that stuff. And you get those straight. I can't believe Game are doing this. We were here last time and I was like,
baby, it's Black
just
Friday,
like, it's such a good deal. Like, I bought a phone recently for that's nowhere near as powerful as the A25 for basically the price that you are paying for this, which is it's wild.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that's the power, the buying power of Game, and how clever they are on focusing on what they need to. It almost feels like if you're willing to delve a little deeper, don't just look at for the surface deals, but delve deeper into the product that is being offered on that price point, because there are opportunities, as is kind of highlighted in a device like this from a gaming perspective. For instance, why is this phone?
It's got a 5nm processor, so that means that it's a really high-end processor that it can play games pretty effectively. You probably are going to get like a good 60 FPS for a lot of games. And also you get different size like phones. Actually, I'm not 100% sure if it's got expandable memory, but if it does, then you can obviously
ramp it up.
upgrade
Yeah.
Some of the A series phones do, but it has a really good GPU and a 5nm processor for gaming. It's got that 5,000 milliamp hour battery, so you can play for longer, and it's got that 6.5-inch Full HD Plus display, so you're getting a really good Samsung display. So when it comes to like LED displays, there's an LCD displays. There's then you get
see
cheap ones.
the gaming monitor tech filtering down.
I always say this: when your dad goes to the shop and the salesperson goes, "Oh, it's like LCD. Oh, I got this LCD TV." It's like none of those things are created equal. Don't listen to the salespeople all the time. Like make sure that you know what you're talking about so you can tell your dad. And Samsung displays are amazing. So this is a great phone when it comes to being able to play games for longer periods of time.
I love that.
Really well, really effectively, and then also like. You've got all your services with the buds. You can play your games with the buds with lag-free gaming. You can listen to music. It's the whole ecosystem for like just over 4,000.
Yeah, for what you would pay for a wearable or something or less.
It's actually wild.
It's absolutely crazy. So I was going to ask for your advice, but I'm kind of gleaning something here. Don't just look for the deal. Look at the product that's being offered on the deal and those sorts of value adds, and do a bit of a dive there because there might be even more added value or something to sway your choice.
These aren't products that were just thrown together but to get you excited about a Black Friday sale, for instance. These are high quality products. And they work in a Samsung ecosystem, ones that are dropped quite significantly in price and ones that people should be interested in buying. And I know A25s and A35s are some of the most popular phones in the country.
You talk about fan favorite on the Bud side, this phone is an absolute fan favorite. I love this. There are levels to the Black Friday game. Buddy, thank you so much. I love how excited he gets about tech in any way, shape or form, but there is a reason why, because there is a really good value proposition here. You heard him correctly, South Africa, this Black Friday, Game Stores is making top tech more accessible than ever with some flagship devices. So head to your nearest game, or you can just jump online, game.co.za, to make the most of this incredible hero deal. And that's what you need to listen out for. Hero deal, because there'll be more coming and they're all as good as this. Grant, thank you so much, my man. Good luck for Black Friday, now that we've extended it to weeks and weeks of Black Friday.
What are you doing? But at least you get a head start, right? It's smart.
We get it, and you can get yours.
Oh, honey, that's not the only thing happening this weekend. Big things are upon us, Mzansi. Niyaqonda big days. Hayi sifikile sithandwa sam. Why? Because the 30th Annual South African Music Awards are indeed happening on the 2nd of November at Gallagher Convention Centre in Midrand. And I can tell you this much, it's going to be a celebration of note as we celebrate 30 years of local music, both of those people who are indeed doing the things that need to be done for decades now and those who are emerging artists. It is one of the biggest celebrations all throughout the year in the country and actually on the continent, if you ask me. And I cannot wait for us to hear all about it. And it is why we have brought along the RISA Communications Manager. It is none other than Leslie Mofokeng. Everybody, let's give him a feel-good welcome, please. Leslie, are you alive?
I'm alive.
Good.
I'm alive. I've survived the week. I've survived the year.
Right.
Putting together the summers is a whole year event. It doesn't happen over a week or a weekend. It's a lot of work.
I can imagine. Because you guys genuinely have been doing this for 30 years now. And it is something that is so big, which is why it's one of the most incredible celebrations all throughout the year. But talk to me about this. Of course, we're celebrating music, ne? But why is it such a huge celebration for all South Africans?
I think music is at the center and the core of who we are as Africans, as South Africans.
Yeah.
And music is such an emotive topic. Whenever you mention a song, whenever you play a song, there's this connection that happens between you and the music. And that is why we get so many people involved and wanting to comment about who's nominated, who should not be nominated, who should win, who are they voting for the record of the year or music video of the year. It is just this connection that we have with music. And for 30 years, South Africans have stood by the summers. And now it's time for us to pause for a moment. I really think the summer 30th edition is a moment of reflection, to look and take stock of how far we've come. 30 years of democracy,
Right.
30 years of music, and the summers are still going strong. It's a career, it's a social calendar highlight.
100%.
It's a cultural event. It's a legacy project.
Yeah.
That is why we have to protect the summers at all costs.
I love it, and you have stood by us as the summers.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I love the consistency in it
Yeah.
because it honestly just allows all of our musicians to know that they are doing a good job.
Absolutely.
And this is why they're celebrating so much. I mean, just yesterday we had Pretty Ugly on our show on 5 Drive, and he was just talking about how much it means to him. But let's talk about that nomination process. How does that actually work?
It's important for people to know that the summers are entered for. It's a voluntary act.
Okay.
As a musician, wherever you're sitting in South Africa or even on the continent, we've got a category called Rest of Africa.
Yes.
So we are opening up for the continent. But let's talk about South African artists. You do not have to have a big song on the radio. You do not have to be called a big artist to enter the summers. All you have to do is to trust in your craft and believe that what you have is strong enough to be judged as worthy by the panel of experts.
Yes.
So all you have to do is to make sure that you are within the period that is being judged for. So it's a year period.
Yes.
You submit your album, which is made up of just 4 tracks.
Okay.
Minimum 4 tracks. You can go all the way to 12, but 4 tracks is enough to be considered for the album categories.
Amazing.
You submit that gets verified. And then gets sent to a panel of judges who will score you independently. I'm giving you a summary of the process.
Yes.
And then after that, they will come back to us with a list of the top 5 in a category. And then those are the nominees, and then we'll announce the winner at the end of the summer event.
Yes, honey, and we're announcing all the winners this week. And
Yeah.
and guys, Leslie, in 2029, I'm releasing an album.
Nice one.
Yeah, so
Nice
okay.
one. I'm looking out for that.
Thank you, Leslie. So now, when I win a South African Music Award, what is there to look forward to exactly? What are
Your
the benefits
life
of
will
winning?
change. I think the summers propel you to the highest. I honestly believe that when people go all over the world and talk about being South African artists, you get asked, what have you done in your country? And if you say, I am a SAMA, I'm a South African Music Award winning artist, that brings you, there's that stamp of approval that your people say there's no greater award than the one that's given by your people or your peers. That is why the summers have this connection with the industry. For years now, we've been experiencing high numbers of entries to show that the industry actually believes in the summers.
I love that. Yeah. And another reason we believe in the summers is, yes, it's all about the recognition. Yes, it's about celebrating the music. But I also think it's about the entertainment.
Yes.
So what can we look forward to on the 2nd of November?
Exciting, exciting, exciting. I think you've heard now that Minnie Dlamini is our host.
Yes!
Looking forward to that. I think she's going to be phenomenal. She's going to be amazing. And then the performers. We've already mentioned that Luan Dlunkulu is on the lineup.
I love her.
We've got Mthandeni SK.
Oh, come on.
We've got Mama Rebecca Malope, Dr. Rebecca Malope.
Yeah.
We have Winnie Mashaba.
Oh, wow.
KB Mutsilanyane, Squatter Camp, Tebe, Ndibalantoni. So the idea here is actually, I think the Summer Award ceremony that you will see on SABC1 on Saturday is going to be a bridge between the generations.
I was literally about to say that,
We've got Zing Ngumalo, for example. We've got Luan Dlunkulu. We've got these young Amapiano stars, some of them who are still coming up, some of them who are really, really there. And we've got someone like Arthur Mafokate, the king of Kwaito, who's been at the summers. He was telling me that he's been to the summers since summer 1. And as a veteran, bringing that energy and that experience and, you know, the expertise that he has gained over the years and the respect that he has in the industry, it's just going to be phenomenal. By the way, we're also giving out 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards to Budringo Madlingozi. Yes. And Desipoma Kabani.
Oh, man.
Tyler is also receiving International Achievement Award.
She is.
The Big O, or Skido, is also going to be recognized with the Research Chairperson's Award.
Oh, wow.
So those are already awards that are confirmed.
Yes.
But there'll be suspense, there'll be drama,
Sana,
there'll be excitement.
That record of the year.
Yes.
It causes drama every single year.
And by the way, you can still vote for Record of the Year. They're still open until on the night of the awards. You can still vote. All the details are on our social media platforms. Find the code of the artist, SMS that number, and make sure that your favorite wins. This is the chance where you get to hear the sound, the opinions of the fans.
Yeah.
Because most of the categories are judged by a panel of experts. But we at the Summers recognize the power of the fan. And that is why we've got Record of the Year as well as, the official name is Motsepe Foundation Record of the Year, as well as Risa Rev Music Video of the Year. Those are open to the public to vote for.
Leslie, I'm
and the
so
red carpet,
excited.
the red carpet, the theme is proudly South African chic.
Okay.
I'm giving hints here.
Darling.
Proudly South African.
Proudly South African chic.
Don't forget chic.
Chic, okay, I love it. So now when Expresso family, you show up on Saturday, these are the details you need to know. Leslie, hit us with where we can get all of our tickets and everything.
Tickets are still available at web tickets. Quickly rush there, see what you can get quickly today. I think people's payday is the last day of the month.
Yes.
And also, it's on SABC1. The red carpet will be broadcast from 7:30.
Yebo.
And then the main show at 8 o'clock. We also have a summer documentary on SABC1 on Fridays at 9 o'clock. There's so much happening. But the big one is Saturday, Monate.
I love it. Leslie, I will see you there. Because I will not miss the highlight of the year. Thank you very much. And Mzansi, you got to make sure that you are there as well. It is 30 years of celebrating all the incredible music that has happened over the last 30 years at the South African Music Awards, Summer 30, if you will. And we cannot wait to see you there. It's going to be huge. It's going to be big. And you can't afford to miss out, Mtase. So if you are in Gauteng, pull through. It is available at web tickets. That's where you can get those. And then, of course, you know that the SABC has always got you with in terms of your entertainment. So 7:30, red carpet, you heard it from Leslie. Then still on SABC1, 8 p.m. It is the official show. It's going to be everything and more, and we can't wait to see you there. My beautiful Carissa, are you excited for Summer 30, my lovely?
Listen, I am so excited, not only for the actual summers, but for the outfits. I know the girlies and the guys are going to come through, man. Okay, so we've got...
sorry, I was just picturing the Monday morning recall when we go through everyone's outfits and how real it actually does get.
Yes.
But I'm thinking Zanele maybe is considering a career in music so that she can then get an award on that side as well.
Do you feel that way, Zanele?
Oh, sorry, I was just practicing for my 2029 album. Forgive me. I didn't know we were still live. Oh my goodness. Guys, thanks for believing in me. And if I've got you guys, I know I can do it. 2029, I'm coming for Record of the Year.
I love it. She's already practicing her acceptance
you've got our
speech.
vote for sure.
It's fine. We'll be the backup dancers. Now we're going to continue doing what we at least know a little bit about, and that is being in the kitchen, baking a 2,000-year-old bread. Now, I've never done that before, but we are going to be making, say it for me,
Anatolia.
Anatolia is the name of the place. No, Anatolian bread, which is, believe it or not, an intergenerational bread that has been handed down for over 2,000 years. And we'll get into this Turkish tradition in just a moment.
I can't wait. The day I go to Turkey, I promise you my life will be complete.
Do you have any Anatolian bread? And then we're like, what?
No, what? Not only that, we're going to get into celebrating Hope-tober on the other side of this break. But personally, this bread is calling me. And I know it's calling you too. So we'll see you after this.
Feel the spring in your step without letting allergies hold you back.
That's right, Ewan. With Sit to Sit and Expresso's allergy competition, you can breeze through the season and stand a chance to win 2,000 Rand every week.
And it really is so simple. All you have to do is answer the weekly questions on Expresso's Facebook, X, and Instagram pages. And remember to include the hashtag SetiSit in your answer. It really is that easy. Remember, T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as I reconnect you to you or with you with kind of mixed feelings as October draws to a close, because it's been a beautiful month with a lot of heart. Hope-tober has kind of changed my perspective on the world. It's been a month filled with inspiration, proven resilience. I'm so impressed with this country and a renewed sense of hope, which was the point. Now, to wrap things up, we want to take a little trip down memory lane and look at some of the incredible highlights from their roadshow. Enjoy.
Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, is here at Netcare Sunning Hill to spread a bit of hope, love and joy in celebration of all the Brave pharmacy staff and healthcare workers in spreading hope and joy to all of their staff.
The Hope-tober initiative here with us at Netcare Sunning Hill Hospital. Honestly, we put a high premium on hope and healing. So to be part of this journey again at Netcare Sunning Hill Hospital is a phenomenal privilege for us. We honor you, we honor the healthcare workers that are part of this journey and that will also be part of the festivities today, but really such a privilege to us to be part of this.
Hope-tober is such a wonderful event to be part of. Thank you for choosing Sunning Hill Hospital as your base. And we look forward to celebrating this time with you and with the teams.
Thank you very much to Adcock Ingram, the sponsors of Brave and Hope-tober. Thank you very much to you and your team for being here at the Netcare Sunning Hill Hospital. What a wonderful opportunity to have you here today. To all the healthcare workers, thank you very much to you all. This is a tribute to you and everything that you do for this organization and for the country. October is a beautiful month for us to celebrate and to share this great initiative with Adcock Ingram.
Paramedic and a healthcare professional, it's great to see people coming out to support us.
Everything was amazing. It was fun. You know, we are always hooked in here, you know, depressed and frustrated, but at least we get fresh air and nice, good music. I think we really had a good time.
It was really amazing. This is a really, really great initiative because, you know, as a healthcare worker, we're always giving, and this was a great, an opportunity for us to be given back, you know.
It's obviously incredibly flattering that the Graham Watkins Project has been invited yet again to do this amazing initiative with affiliation with Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave. We've been given the task of going around spreading love and hope with this Hope-tober through music, and it really is an amazing initiative from factory workers to doctors to people that are just involved in admin, just making sure that they have a good time and they're aware that their jobs are not in vain, and we recognize them and we love them and we appreciate them, and that's what this is all about, bringing hope. So if you're sitting at home and you want a little bit of love, I'm giving that to you too. So thank you very much for having us, and I hope to see you on the road.
Happy Hope-tober!
Oh, I know Hope-tober only rolls around once a year, but make sure that you don't wait until next October to show love and appreciation to the incredible healthcare workers that keep us in the fight. And remember, of course, you still stand one final chance to win 1,500 Rand in cash with Adcock Ingram OTC, the sponsors of Brave, this Hope-tober. So what you got to do, reply to the competition post on our Expresso social pages. Tell us what your message of hope for South Africa is. And don't forget to hashtag Hope-tober and sponsors of Brave in the process. That competition will close at midday today, so you don't have a lot of time, but you can find the T's and C's on expressoshow.com. Good luck.
Hope-tober is a month of hope, brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, inspiring communities, one pharmacy at a time.
You're wondering why I'm still standing in the kitchen and I haven't made anything yet, because I'm trying to keep you in anticipation, because in just a bit we get into some really delicious Turkish bread. I'm going to show you exactly how to make that. But not only that, we're going to tick the entertainment box with our wonderful guest out in the Jozi studios, whose name is Beyond, and he's going to go above and beyond to bring you an incredible, incredible performance. In fact, he might even do 2 songs if you act nice enough, all right? And that's all coming up right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Taryn Oppel is also in the building, and we'll find out some more fashion deals for you in just a bit.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Perfect timing if you want to win and win big today. If you're a footy fan, why not put your money where your mouth is? Dribble your way to millions by playing Sports Stake 8 fixture list 798 for an estimated jackpot of 2.9 million rand today. So please don't be left behind. That fixture list will close at 7 o'clock this evening. So you want to jump on it, and you can do so by getting your Sports Stake games on in store. You can go online, nationallottery.co.za. You can use their mobile app, but just to do it for your chance to be in ya game.
And while you go ahead and do that, for all the foodies out there, I want to show you how to make something absolutely incredible. Not only because it tastes really good, but also because it's ancient bread. Who wouldn't want a taste of history in their mouth? And when I say ancient, I mean it, okay? You heard Gray mention this earlier. 12,000 years old. That's how old this recipe is. And it's going to be something truly special, because we're sitting up with Turkish Airlines to explore the fascinating story of the world's oldest bread. Now, last month, Turkish Airlines introduced this 12,000-year-old snack to select business class flights. Now let's look at this new exciting introduction.
It began with a grain of wheat in the heart of Anatolia. It drank from the waters of Mesopotamia and blossomed under the sun. Kneaded with curiosity, 12,000 years ago, the first bread was born in Anatolia. Today we produce the oldest bread from Taş Tepeler with our award-winning chefs and sharing it with the world. Enjoy the oldest bread with Turkish Airlines business class in the skies. 12,000 years old, and it's still as fresh as ever.
Come on, the oldest bread right here in your Feel Good Breakfast Show. 12,000 years. I'm telling you, this is going to be incredible.
So is this bread 12,000 years old?
This one in particular, 12,000 and a day.
I actually had it wrong, because I was thinking like a couple of thousand years old, which would have been old enough, okay?
Exactly.
12,000, that like predates avocados or the wheel. No, it's close too. But that is incredible. And I suppose it's the amazing thing of like, this has been handed down through generations and generations and generations, but the same principle of bread making still applies now. And there's something really cool and magical about that.
Okay, you're going to go ahead and start our bread off.
Okay, so I'm going to do that. So the one lesson I was taught by Jenny Morris, who is like the bread queen, is salt kills yeast, okay? So there's a bloomin' good chance that this salt was going to kill that yeast. So I'm going to put the yeast and the sugar that's going into here. And of course, what does yeast eat? Sugar. So that's what allows it to grow and expand and prove in that sense. And then I'm going to put the salt with
that makes sense.
The flour directly, just mix that in and then create a little bit of a well on the inside. Yo, you can smell that yeast.
You can. It's
like,
very potent.
It's like an umami-ness that's... I've always been confused by yeast, I suppose, because it's a living thing. But what it does and the way that the magic works still blows my mind. Every time I see a dough prove itself and come out 10 times bigger than it was, I'm like, why? What mad science is this?
Listen, it is mad science when it comes to bread making, because you can go very wrong. I've made rocks before. I don't know if you've ever made rocks before. It's a similar method,
yes,
except
I have. In a very dramatic and very public forum cooking, I've made rocks before. So don't worry, girl. I got you. I understand.
We're geologists too.
Yeah,
Okay,
100%. I'm just putting it all in there. I don't know if I'm supposed to mix it in slowly, but it's TV and we don't have time to play around, okay?
I think it's going to turn out just as good. I have faith in you. I will say that much.
Well, there's a reason why I think bread is so popular, because it is quite forgiving. And as much as baking can be a science, and you don't want to mess around with kind of volume and ratios and things like that, bread... You know, they didn't have scales 12,000 years ago, okay? Would they have even known what a cup size is? Did they even have cups 12,000 years ago, okay? It probably would have been a handful. One handful of flour, one handful of eggs. Okay,
Let your ancestors lead you as you make your way through this.
And I'm going to literally work this through till it becomes a dough. We're going to cover it, let it prove for about an hour or so. And it will obviously expand. Then we knock it down and we arrive at what looks like the most
Can I
perfect
tell you the best
little...
part? Yes, it's another dough boy. It's a dough baby.
It's a
Okay.
dough baby, yeah.
So you know it's good bread when you can do this and it bounces back.
Oh, do you know I have to do it? Sorry. And we
you
both
have
have sanitized our hands. Perfect.
Oh boy. Well, let me tell you a bit more about the oldest bread, okay? It is made of einkorn as well as emmer wheat. That's the
Okay.
combination that kind of comes together. And it's considered the oldest in Anatolia, which we said is the region out in Turkey. And it's the most ancient civilization on record, which really blows my mind. If you're a history buff right now, you're going, yes, Carissa, I knew that, okay? And Turkish Airlines sources 80% of its menu products from Turkey products, which is beautiful. Turkish Airlines business class cabin service does, of course, serve bread made from some of the oldest traditional recipes, offering their passengers an authentic taste of history. And we're going to try our hand at
I know,
doing
I
that
can see
today.
you don't want to mess with that
I
because
don't.
it looks so beautiful, but you
I'm gonna have to
are going
cut
to
it.
partition it up now.
I have to. I'm going to try to do 6. So you're already testing my maths today. Okay, if that's like that, and then you go 2, 4, 6.
That's very good. Well, and I don't think it really matters too much in terms of the science of it. I think it's more what you need them for. So if you want kind of more cocktaily type vibes, so everyone can have a little one next to their dinner, or if you're wanting, I'm gonna
Yeah,
join
get
you if
involved.
you want a little.
And then you just make a ball because it's a roll.
There we go.
I can do that. Oh, wow. I'm really
Okay.
impressed. It's
I
a bit of
know.
an oblong shape, but...
You can make a loaf, you can make a little round ball.
Doesn't
It
smell
just smells
good?
amazing. There we go. Well done.
So we're going to make 6 of these, and then on top of it, we're going to put some egg wash as well as sesame seeds, and they're going to turn out like that. Honestly, to me, that's a girl dinner. I would eat that every single night of my life. What is protein? What is any other ingredient in the world? That looks absolutely delicious.
I'm big on dipping, and I love that vibe. Did you get insecure about your dough ball there? When
Did you see me go back into
You threw it down with such abandon and confidence. It was just like, ah.
No, yours looks so cute, Gray. Oh my
I've gone
goodness.
for the slightly smaller bun, but it's. I love the fact that you can kind of make it your own in that sense. I'd love to try making a much bigger loaf out of this. I have a feeling this is one of those go-to, very special recipes. There's, I suppose, if something is endured for 12,000 years, there is a reason. The texture of it looks beautiful. And I
think we're
cannot wait
missing
for
one.
that flavor profile. Sorry, I'm talking too much. I suppose I bonded
Get
so
in
much with
here.
the dough. I'm scared to let him go.
Okay, some sesame seeds. It's also going to add some extra crunch and nutrition. We
And
love
don't worry,
it.
yes, we will work this dough through and create a whole lot more. I can feel the crew are like, hey, dude.
Don't forget
do us
about
like
me.
That. Don't do us like that.
You know what? I'm actually trying to speed through this because I want to taste it.
Yeah.
Not the raw one, but that one over there. And you
looks
can serve it with anything. I mean, this looks like a little bit of hummus, some olive oil, also a delicious dip. All you have to do is take some bread.
Some fresh tomato and a little bit of garlic. You kind of play around with those Mediterranean. There's chili in there, hey?
Oh. Oh, wait a minute.
It's a spicy one.
It creeps up on you.
I'm going to just actually
That is
dip some of that.
absolutely fantastic.
Oh,
That's
wow.
good.
That's really good.
That's been, please make this weekend. Even tonight. It doesn't take that long. Couple of ingredients and you'll have history in the palm of your hands.
Or you could just fly business class on Turkish Airlines
You know what?
and then get
10 out
the
of
very
10 would
best.
recommend
yeah,
that.
Exactly. Absolutely delicious.
So
well
good.
done.
And it's made from really just 3 simple ingredients. Wild grains, water, also salt. This bread is just a testament to our ancestors' ingenuity. And without preservatives or even additives, it's the oldest bread and it's baked using natural fermentation methods, resulting in a unique flavor as well as really great texture. If you could feel this right now, all you have to do exactly that is book your flight with Turkish Airlines and widen your world.
Well done. I'm going in for more of that.
We connect more countries than any other airline. Turkish Airlines.
I think I've seen Taryn Oppel saunter in here as she does. We're going to get into some latest fashion trends, something for the gents, something for the ladies. Absolutely exquisite. And just this is so good. Well
It's
done,
so
man.
good. I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Yeah, Turkey.
I'll see you now.
Feel the spring in your step without letting allergies hold you back.
That's right, Ewan. With Sit and Expresso's allergy competition, you can breeze through the season and stand a chance to win 2,000 Rand every week.
And it really is so simple. All you have to do is answer the weekly questions on Expresso's Facebook, X, and Instagram pages. And remember to include the hashtag SetiSit in your answer. It really is that easy. Remember, T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast show, indeed, my lovely. And this morning, we got all the feel good you need. Yes, indeed. I say that because we always get into some of the biggest superstars in Mzansi. And Beyond has proved, Ukubasana, he's one of the best in the game. But not just that, that he's all about making a difference. Beyond, Tanazam.
Yes, how are you?
Are you still all right?
I'm still good. Very
That's
good. Super chilled.
I love that. And you know what? I'm so proud of you because not a lot of people would be doing what you're doing, which is partnering with Pink Drive, where some of the proceeds from your album go towards what they are doing and just the great work that's happening.
Thank you so much.
Talk to us about that. You know, why exactly did you want to do this?
It was just, I wanted to give back, as I said earlier, it was just for my late mother, for us to just, and for every woman actually, you know, for change. We need change in our country. So I was like, let's take proceeds. I spoke to my brother, Hope-tober, who's based in the UK. He's a musician, collaborator, and Upon King was based here also. I'm performing with him today.
Yes.
And I asked them, can we just do this, guys, and take some of the proceeds? I think 25% of the proceeds are going towards, you know. And the guys were like, it's so much. But I'm like, let's just do it, you know, and we make change, you know. It's a lot. And I want us to change, you know. That's the most important thing.
But do you know what? It's going to come back. I know that's not why you're doing it, but I'm telling you, it's going to come back in a beautiful way. And thank you so much for setting such a beautiful example for all of the younger artists who are out there looking at what you're doing right now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, sure,
Are you ready for us?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's do it.
Okay, showcase.
Tango, Mzansi, it is time indeed where the incredible Beyond, together with Born King, are about to give us a delicious song. It is none other than Impizo 2054 and Mother's Milk Medley all together. Let's give them a round of applause, please.
You're right. Shoot. Sembona Mzansi, I go by the name of Born King. Along my side, along my friend Beyond. Are you ready, boy? Are you ready, Showcase? Shoot. We are giving you good melodies. We want to give you a best performance ever. Shoot. Do follow me on all social platforms as @BornKing_. Sound the board. Shoot. Are you ready? Are you ready? Emakaya, are you ready? Asambe boy, asbang ladies. Shoot. Asambe, let's go. Asambe. Issue. Asambe. Hey. Asbang ladies, a boy. Upon king, 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 2, 3, my way, I am my way, my way, I am my way, I am my way. My way, my way, my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. Oh, tula, dwana. Mamu yeza, uzanobisi. Oh, tula, mtwana. Mamu yeza, uzanobisi. Oh, my way. Asap, my way. My way. One more time. My way. My way. My way. Thank you very much.
Oh, come on, everybody! Beyond and Born King giving us delicious vibes this morning right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I know I'm feeling good. I hope you are as well. Cape Teasy, my babies, are you feeling good?
Feeling so good. That was such a beautiful, nostalgic feel. I mean, all of us in studio were jamming along. Please tell me Beyond has more for us.
This is the first one, okay?
Yes. Dusted. Beautiful.
Okay,
nice to meet you, by the way.
I heard that he has more for us. That's good news. Okay, great. Well, in the meantime, while we get there, we're going to continue giving you some more feel good in terms of some good deals and fashion deals that you can get into. And we brought the best in the building just to make sure that you are sorted when it comes to Woolworths deals happening this side of the year. Now, festive season is upon us, Taryn, and we have to get involved. We have to get into this. But we also need to know how exactly we can maximize Woolworths deals coming up.
Yes.
80% is what we're talking about.
It's a big
So
number.
How can we get involved?
So I think the best advice I can give when walking into a sale or into a promotional playground, if you can call it that, is to always keep your current wardrobe at top of mind. You know, what do you have in that beautifully curated capsule wardrobe?
Yes.
Or maybe you purchased something recently that maybe needs a friend. So with this promotion, speaking about women's wear and men's wear in particular, it's all about separates. So how are we going to take those separates and sort of marry them with separates we already have? And that's just one way you can extend your wardrobe to its best of its ability, and it also is how you know that you got a good deal.
Oh, come on. And we're here for both of those points.
Yep.
So speaking about good deal, I'm seeing some good things behind you right
Yep.
now. Can we get into some of the options available for us?
Absolutely. Okay, so we're going to start with the little ones because I always love to start there. It's so cute. So the promotion is all about 30% off girls' dresses, which I think is such a great promotion, especially around this time of year. It's dress season, so it's a little bit obvious. I love the little pastels, the sage greens that are coming through. Very girly and frilly, some floral options as well. We can't forget the ultimate
classic denim.
There's just so much on offer. And then besides all the casual bits, there's also some really dressy bits. You know, special occasions are coming up, festive season. It's just a great way to get these pieces in your little girl's wardrobes. And then when it comes to women, it's 30% off selected blouses and shirts. And I feel like there's something for everyone, whether you are all about showing off your arms with something strappy or sleeveless, some really nice silky versions. These are great things to pair with, you know, because of the softer fabrics, great things to pair with wide leg pants, maybe a pair of denims. There's also some beautiful blouses, some frilly options, very feminine and soft. And then we've got the longer sleeves. I'm also wearing the black version of this shirt.
I love that.
With my denims, but it's something that you could dress up for work maybe, and then go with the girls, a little bit of a drink after.
And I love how you styled it over, but you could also tuck it in if you want.
Absolutely, for a little bit of a more sort of put together look, absolutely. And then on the men's front, it's all about the shorts. It's 30% off selected men's shorts. These are some great denim options, really casual jogger, drawstring versions. I mean, summer is all about the shorts for men, and
Show
it's
those
such
legs.
a great piece to like pair with your basics, like your t-shirts or your golfers, or maybe even a button-up shirt.
Lovely.
So the options are endless, and as you shop, you should be building those looks up in your head, just to know what you need.
And we've spoken about this before, where shorts can even cross over into the space of being a bit more dressed up. Like you said, if you add a shirt, you can get away with showing some leg.
You definitely can.
Oh,
Just pick out the best footwear for that and put your look together in that way, for sure.
Importantly.
Yes.
I was going to say I would love to see Graham in a pair of shorts. So let's see if we can.
Okay, well, your wish might come true.
Maybe, possibly, we're putting it out into the universe because we have to check out some models right now and see these looks in action. And we've got from kids to adults to see all of what Tyron was talking about. In motion. Are you
Okay,
ready?
here we go.
I hope you're ready.
Man of the moment.
Hello.
It's Graham.
Graham
He's
in
in
shorts.
in the denim shorts that I spoke about. This is obviously a different style to what we just saw now.
Yeah.
And like I said, such an easy pairing back to your essentials like your golfers and your t-shirts. If you're wearing a t-shirt, maybe put on a buttoned-up shirt, open.
Oh, lovely.
And then of course the sneaker. Gotta pair your shorts with a sneaker. It's just the absolute best option. And I love this version because it's a little bit more dressy. So when you spoke about dressed up, it's not that casual, but it's still giving that smart casual feel.
With the golf shirt, I told my man, I said, you need to get more golf shirts. We're in that era right now where golf shirts really are rocking. Bring them back. And they look so good. Thank you to our first model.
No. He doesn't want to leave. Thanks, Graham.
Let's see what we've got for the ladies.
Next up, we've got Mickey in this really beautiful tonal look. And we've really sort of emphasized that silky fabrication and sort of doubled up on that with the wide leg silky trouser and the little vest, and then paired with the espadrille. So this is something that you could pair with a heel. Maybe it's for a special occasion, or you could dress it right down with a flat sandal. Silk is not assigned to anything only dressed up. You can absolutely casual this down as well. So,
and it's so interesting to see it on a hanger versus on a model and styled. Like, this is stunning.
No, the drapery on the body is very different to a hanger as well, yeah. Absolutely.
Beautiful. Well done.
Love it.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Moving on to the kids.
Yes, we've got a little Alina here. If you want to come and show us your really beautiful denim dress.
I love the denim.
And I also love these little cute frilly details. Because denim is such a structured fabric, but then adding those details just softens it up a little bit. And then, of course, paired with a summer sandal, you can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
I mean, if you've got a little family vacay coming up, throw extra dresses in the suitcase or your weekend bag.
Beautiful. And can I recommend the buns to go with it?
Yes,
because
I mean,
that just takes the styling to the top.
100%.
Oh, gorgeous.
Amazing, Alina. What a good job.
Thank you, Alina. We appreciate you. I love that. The whole family is covered.
Sorted.
From the kids to the parents, or if you don't have kids, that's also totally fine. You can definitely dress and get a deal, 30% off.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Okay, one last tip for all of those going out this weekend, because it's about to happen.
Oh my gosh, okay, just keep calm.
Yes.
Because don't get carried away. I think it's really important to always focus on what you already have and build on that so you can create the best wardrobe possible for summer.
Oh, I love this. Okay, that is your reminder. Go look into your wardrobe right now, see what you have, and then start imagining, start envisioning how anything could elevate it out at Woolworths, because it is the Woolies November deals. W Rewards members do get 30% off selected fashion, including girls' dresses, as we've seen today, women's blouses and shirts, and men's shorts until the 3rd of November. Of course, that's available in-store, online, and on the Woolies app, and T's and C's can be found on woolworths.co.za.
So we're going to take the quickest break. I think I'm just going to stay in this because it's giving me summer vibes. And of course, we love to be outdoors and in savouring this weather, but then allergies hit hard. And there are some myths that need to be busted in that space. So we'll delve into that conversation. And then we've got some beautiful charred sumac spiced grilled vegetables that we're going to do on a whole nother level. They sound absolutely delicious. So you can get outside, enjoy allergy-free time and a beautiful braai. We'll do that on the other side of this. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. I wish you could smell what I can smell in studio right now. The spices are out, the coals are burning. We are firing up something vibrant and full of flavor with our char-grilled sumac spiced seasonal veg platter. Perfect for adding a delicious twist to any gathering. This dish celebrates the best of the season's produce, charred to perfection on the Everdur cube, and Yasin is here to do it on another level, my friend, because, first of all, let me say welcome to our kitchen,
Thank you
dude.
very much.
Great to be connecting with you on this side.
Awesome. Exactly.
Of the lens, man. And you bring with you kind of legendary status, so I'm hoping you're going to put that into this, because often we forget about the veg. We forget that there is a whole new world of flavor out there. Often we flavor the meat, we flavor that side of the equation, then the veg comes second.
Yeah, true.
So talk me through what you are going to be creating.
So
for us
we
today.
got your asparagus here, right? We're making like a za'atar kind of a salad. So you got your asparagus. Don't forget to always clean your asparagus. Then you got your bell peppers, some nice red onions, some zucchini. This is the yellow zucchini, if I'm not mistaken.
What we call patty pans.
Patty pans, yes. Then you got your olive oil, some nice lemon zest, your sumac. But the sumac also has like a lemony Eastern flavor kind of.
I was going to ask because it's got quite a unique flavor.
Exactly, because I tasted it when I started. You can taste the lemon come through the spice immediately. Then you got your oregano there, your black crushed pepper, your cracked black, and then you got your salt over there.
And we are winning at life. I absolutely love the fact that we are taking stuff that is obviously seasonal, which is great.
Correct.
We can source it from our neck of the woods, which is massive. And I know that becomes a much bigger component for the way you guys cook and the menus that you build. You've got to think about what's around you, what's seasonal.
And supporting local as well. That's 100%.
And that's not just about being supportive of the local industry. It means you can get the best and you know where it's coming from.
Exactly. I mean, overseas always got the best, but if you go source locally, you're getting those oranges that they get over there, so which is 100%.
Did I tell you something? I was in Barcelona that has centuries-old kind of farming culture there, some of the best produce in the world. Every time I ate a meal, I was thinking to myself, I wish a South African chef had cooked it, dude. Because you guys just know. Okay, so we've got the Everjour going, and this is just magic in itself.
Okay,
so you can rock and roll, but
sweet.
get jumping on there, man.
Okay, cool. I'm going to put this on there.
So while you get those on the grills, literally, and I love the fact that the Everjour can go with you wherever you want, this cube has an integrated storage and bamboo chopping board, making cooking outdoors easy and convenient, especially if you're a content creator. I love that notion. It's like a playground, a studio, and a cooking utensil. Completely portable, perfecto braai on the beach, at a picnic, while camping, or even on your little balcony, because it's safe. I love that you can choose from a variety of colors. You can choose your dad's favorite. I'm just putting it out there, gang. The Everjour cube. It's got a porcelain enamel firebox, safety latches, and it stays cool to the touch, allowing you to move it easily even when hot, hence why we are so comfortable using it in this space. Buddy, there is something about the char grilled flavor, about being able to get this from your veggies. What does it lend? Why do we love this flavor profile so much?
I think the roast has always been because it brings the flavor out of the veg instead of the norm taste. That's why a lot of people don't like veg.
Yeah, because they don't the flavor out in the water. Yeah,
exactly. But roast has always been lekker. I've always liked the roast, especially the char that you get on it. I mean, this looks like a hibachi grill. You know, which is amazing. You can fry your chicken, you can fry your veg, anything on here.
Completely, man, and it's a different flavor profile to doing it as you would ordinarily. There is something truly special about it, and I know we love our braai. Everyone's like, oh, but South Africans just love the braai. There is a reason, because it treats the produce well. You get the most out of your produce. Absolutely beautiful. When grilling vegetables, when you're going for the char grill, obviously, you want the high heat, but you don't have to overdo it, because you could eat most of these things raw.
Exactly, but you're basically controlling it. Like this is the perfect heat that you got on here, because you just basically just want the char, just to release that flavor. Take it off, throw it in the bowl, throw your ingredients in, and then boom.
And Bob,
fully flavored.
Your uncle, I love it. You don't even need a side for this. I love this kind of style of, we've obviously been on a bit of a Turkish mission at the moment.
Okay, cool.
I love that, the Mediterranean style, that kind of vibe.
Flavors,
there's something magical about being able to combine a lot of flavors, but the sumac is a win. Anything to bear in mind when using a flavor like sumac?
Well, sumac is very, like I said, got a zesty Eastern flavor. It's also very good for its antioxidant, right?
Really?
For people that cancer. It's very nice. I actually read up about that this morning.
Wow.
Yeah. Chef actually did some homework, but anyway. You know.
As one does, bro. As one has to,
But a very, it's not a very well-known spice.
For sure.
So not a lot of people use the Eastern flavors. Have a taste, Graham. I mean,
and it's so, it's got like you say, like a lemony zestiness to it, but as a sounding board for other flavors or for something to elevate, it's almost got like a sherbetiness to it. It's beautiful. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful. You can imagine when they discovered this, they'd be like, Eureka, we've got something absolutely beautiful. But for adding a layer of complexity to a dish, and especially with the vegetables, where, for me, the fact that we don't kind of honor the vegetables like we would honor a piece of meat is often where we fall short. You know, let it sing. If it's beautiful, fresh produce, don't overcook it. Kind of work within its strengths. But with a spice like sumac, it's one of those that I would imagine you can do a lot. It gives you a lot of latitude.
I mean, as a meat eater, I mean, if you've got ingredients like this, I mean, why not go vegetarian?
Just
you know what I mean?
try, man. Just try and do something different. So we've got a beautiful char going on. I think we can, for the sake of TV, maybe start moving some of the stuff across here and then flavor up.
Yeah.
For me, and I've become a massive fan of red peppers in particular. For some reason, I know they probably all taste the same, red, yellow, and green, but I'm like, I kind of identify. So I'm like, oh no, definitely red are the best. But there is something about when you char a pepper, the sweetness that comes out of it as well. And I think that counterbalance of the kind of tartness of the sumac, as you say, with the sweetness of that pepper, beautiful. And then, of course, you get loads of texture as well because you've still got the crunch. And then we don't hold back, man.
No, not at all.
Oh, that smells
and so heavy, but
yeah. Nah, but it must be with the veg. Don't rather go too far than do too little and then have people going, but
exactly,
that's bland.
it's very black. Exactly.
I like your style, Chef. I like your style a lot. Oh, my friend, if people want to connect with you, if people want to kind of ask questions, if people want to follow your vibe and plug into your mindset, where can we find you, my friend?
So we're on all socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I actually have a food truck where I stand at places I do events, but we stand every weekend. We stand at Access Park Trucks.
Yes.
We used to be by N1 City, but they closed down. So Access Park Trucks. Free weekend this weekend.
Oh,
I'm on Expresso, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's also much closer to my house, amazingly enough.
But
it's almost just around the corner.
the southern suburbs people are such foodies. They absolutely love taste, they love flavor. So shout out to all those guys supporting small businesses.
Well, I was going to say we love local because local is good.
100%.
Dude. We've got some of the best chefs around us all the time. That smells amazing. It's popping with color. You can feel the vibrancy, speaks to the nutrition that's in there as well. And all it took was a few minutes on the grill. Eva, for me, my friend, you're an absolute legend, buddy. Thank you so much. I might find you at the food truck a little bit later.
Lovely.
But I love this. If you're going to have a little bit of fun with your veggies, push the boat out and spice up.
We sure are spicing things up right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show because we only have a few minutes in each other's company, but we're going to squeeze in as much as possible. You asked, we answered. In fact, I asked and they answered because Ubiyanda is going to be performing yet another song for us. I can't wait to get into that. And then also one of our favorite pharmacists is in town and around these parts. Rada's going to come on through and really just bust some myths when it comes to allergies because we want you to go into the season feeling your best self. So we'll see you on the other side of this. It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Today we're joined by someone who truly understands the ins and outs of allergies and is here to bust some of the most common myths that we hear.
So please give a warm welcome to Radar Kader, our trusted pharmacist and the allergy expert.
Yes.
We love you, man. We love the fact that you're just around the corner, that you're also human. Okay, so you go through a lot of these things that we have to go through. So I trust your advice. Whatever Radar recommends, I shall do. So I would imagine in this space, because you have a lot of people coming who have gone through Dr. Google, who have kind of taken generational knowledge that might have been added to or doctored or twisted a little bit. So there are a lot of myths out there. Myth number one, okay, and I'd like you to be as honest as possible. If you didn't have allergies as a child, you're safe for life. Is that true? And I might have tended towards thinking that or feeling that at some point.
No, definitely not, you know. So we've actually have a lot of people coming in who've never had allergy issues before, and then suddenly later on in life develop sort of allergies. Your body tends to, you know, your immune system changes, your body can become sensitized to different allergens. And yeah, so definitely as you get older, you could develop an allergy, or if you were younger and you had an allergy, you could also, it can diminish as well.
So we prefer that one, because that's some good news for people. Okay, that's really interesting that you can develop allergies. Let's talk about our pets. I mean, we don't want to acknowledge it, but some of us probably shouldn't have pets in our homes, but let's get into it. Myth number 2, pet hair is the reason we have allergies.
So that's also another misconception. So actually it's not the pet hairs that's a problem. The proteins that found in the saliva or the skin, the pet dander, they lick themselves. So it's actually the protein that one is allergic to, not the actual hairs. So when they groom themselves and they then putting those proteins onto the hairs, it seems like the, so one needs to, so in my personal space, we have 2 girls, Iman and Zenith, and the one really wanted a cat and the other one is very allergic to cats. And we actually found a breed. So there's a breed, a Siberian cat breed that are hypoallergenic. They are so beautiful. They're beautiful cats, and so we've got Skylar. And we managed to then find a cat that both of our kids can enjoy.
I thought you were going to go with that hairless one, you know,
but then the protein is still there.
Yeah,
so then the protein is
the protein. So this is a fluffy, beautiful cat.
Layers of fur.
Exactly.
Actually, Siberian winter.
Absolutely.
I love that, and cats are funny because they will literally find the person in the room who has the allergy and go and sit on their lap. That's how cats roll.
Absolutely.
I love that. Let's go into this one because I found this quite interesting. Rain gets rid of all pollen, so allergy sufferers are safe after a storm. It feels like that.
So I'm a good example of an allergy sufferer, right?
Okay.
And last week I had a bit of an allergy attack, and I'm medicated, and I was fine. And then on Sunday it rained, and Monday, Tuesday I've been fine, and then suddenly yesterday and today, I'm flaring up again.
The winds kicked up.
So what happens is a double-edged sword. So yes, temporary relief while the rain washes the pollen away. But because of the rain, there's more pollination and more pollen. And once the sun comes out, it dries and the wind causes havoc again. So so it is a bit of a double-edged sword.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Okay, let's get into the next myth that I need you to bust right now. You only need allergy medication during high allergy seasons. True or false?
So this is also kind of false. So the different kinds of people have seasonal allergies or perennial. So it could be right through the year. So people are only not allergic to pollen, but also to mold and dust mite, and which are found through the year. So they would then need treatment throughout the year. And most antihistamines and most medication available over the counter are designed to use long term. One tip I'm going to give you is that if you've been on an antihistamine for a long time, like 2 months or 3 months, I'd say in month 3, rather change the brand just for a month, or change the type of antihistamine taken just for a few days or a month, and then you can switch back to your original one, because your body tends to get used to
That's
It's an amazing
interesting.
thing, our body, and it can balance out incredibly well.
So switch and then switch back
They
again.
say that about skincare too, so I can imagine that it also happens in the body. Okay, very interesting.
man.
Ooh, do we have any more for you? I think that's it.
I love that, man. Now I'm thinking my cat grooming itself all the time, I thought was such a plus point because it takes care of itself, but all it's doing is just spreading the saliva and the protein. A couple of really interesting ones in there. Thank you so much, Rudar. Absolutely
always
love
good
it.
to be here.
Buddy, stay healthy.
Thank
Stay
you.
healthy. The rain is coming again, so we'll have another spike after that. No, the bottom line is you do have access to a pharmacist that will explain this to you if you go and ask. So have your own myths busted. Go and ask for yourself. And if you're looking to manage your allergies a bit better, remember that SETI Sit is here to support you with relief that lasts.
Oh, it sure does. And Ceci said, are giving you the chance to win 2,000 Rand in cash. And now to enter, just tell us this. What's the biggest allergy myth that you've heard? I'm really curious to find out. So don't forget to use that hashtag SETISIT. And the competition does close this Friday, the 1st of November. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Thank you so much, Rudar.
Magic.
From competitions, we know that you love us looking after our cats because, my love, we need to keep them persistently protected. Yes, NextGuard is exactly how we do that because keeping parasites away from our cats is how they can, in fact, be super healthy, but also be able to go out and enjoy those adventures that they absolutely love, just being themselves and going out and about, doing the things that need to be done. But how can we make sure that they are indeed on the right track when it comes to their health? Well, Graham caught up with Vince Vet, or rather the vet Vince, and he got to hear all about that with NextGuard. Check this out.
Cat parents, listen up, this one is definitely for you. I'm visiting City Vet in Gardens to visit our absolute favorite vet, Vet Vince Buerta, and he's going to take us on a deep dive into the perfect way to protect our furry friends and keep those pesky parasites at bay. Now, Vince, to me, and I think to most cat owners or anyone, generally, a cat is kind of an enigma. With cats getting outdoors and roaming and just loving those free spaces, does that increase the risk of getting parasites?
100%. So they also have this beautiful fur, and the fur is like a lovely little place for fleas to jump onto, ticks to jump onto, and they grip on tight and they don't let go. And so obviously their movement in and out of outdoor environment into an indoor environment obviously poses a lot of risk in terms of them picking up things along the way and bringing them back inside.
So logically, then, I can assume indoor cats are a little bit safer from parasites than outdoor cats. But if that's the case, how do the nasties find their way into our houses?
We are ourselves having constant contact with the outside world, and we're moving in and out with our thick, brushy socks that in themselves can pick up things in and out. We might go visit a friend who has an outdoor cat or a friend who has a dog. It doesn't need to be direct contact. It doesn't need to be that the cat makes contact with the dog. It just needs to be that they're in the same environment. Fleas can jump really far. So unless your cat is in an environment where it's like in a bubble and doesn't have any exposure to the outside world, the probability that your cat is risk-free is very, very low.
Cats are quite unique in the amount of time and attention they spend grooming themselves. This hyper-grooming, if you will, does this affect the risk for parasites?
So certainly in terms of parasites that get transmitted within different species life cycles. So to give you a good example of that, tapeworm can be dormant with inside a flea, and then ingesting the flea actually is how the cat can then pick up tapeworm. Even within the flea life cycle, if they're defecating out the eggs, those eggs can still hatch later and then infest your space further.
We asked our viewers to add some questions as well. So I'm going to start with this one. What are the signs that my cat might already have parasites?
So basically it's the shaking of the head is a big one. So they'll often shake their heads and a lot of the time when it comes to fleas, they tend to get these sort of allergic reactions around the face area or around the lower bum sort of back area. And then they'll bite and scratch quite excessively and groom quite excessively, often actually pull some hair out in those areas. And then if you feel along your cat's body, you'll feel that suddenly the skin is not smooth, it's kind of lumpy, bumpy, often has these little scabs on it. And that's how we tell that they've got some signs of parasites.
Oh, well, I suppose we all struggle through the seasons with our own allergies, but I love this one. Are certain seasons more risky for my cat to pick up parasites? And if so, how can I prepare?
Absolutely. So wet, warm weather is the perfect time for ticks and fleas. We're having like a massive spike in our flea episodes that we're seeing. And whenever we have those episodes, we have this massive explosion because people are a bit late. Because now they've been warm weather, suddenly the fleas are out. In the meantime, they've been so busy with life, completely forgotten that they're 3 months behind on their treatment. And then before you know it, we've got a full-blown infestation that we have to deal with. The reality is that the best way to make sure that you don't have to worry too much about what's happening with the seasons is to just keep up to date with your tick and flea treatment.
And we're going to close out with this one. What are the best practices for keeping my cat safe from parasites while allowing them outdoor access? Because they want to be free and roam.
So again, this is like one of those easy things that if you're putting on a treatment for them, so if you're doing a spot on and you're sticking to the protocol guidelines that are put out by that particular product. So with the NexGuard combo, for instance, you're doing a monthly treatment with them and you're sticking to your monthly treatment, then you don't really have to worry about any of that.
Vet Vince, do you mind taking us through the process?
So this is Giacomo, and he is an absolute champion. He's an absolute sweetie pie. We're going to make sure we've got the correct product for the right size cat. It's all written on the box which size goes for which cats. And then you're going to take it out the box. You're going to cut it along the cut line there. You're going to peel the top back. And then you'll see there's an applicator on the inside with a little rubber lid on the top. So you're going to twist that rubber lid off. Make sure that is nice and loose. And then you're going to use your applicator onto the skin. So that is going to go basically parting the fur at the base of where the neck meets the rest of the body, right in the midline. You part the fur nicely and you're going to pop it on straight in one spot. And that is it on.
So simple. Oh, there we go. Well done, Giacomo. Oh, what a sweet guy. What a sweet guy. Oh, well, he might be a little bit irritated, as cats often do, but you can see he's not distressed by the treatment at all. Quite a combo. Oh. When we say comprehensive protection, when it comes to NexGuard combo, we absolutely mean it. We're talking about all of the usual suspects: tapeworms, hookworms, roundworms, heartworm disease, lungworm. We're talking about mites. It's so safe. Safe for kittens as young as 8 weeks old or less than a kilogram, 800 grams to be able to use, which is amazing. It's safe for lactating, pregnant or breeding cats as well. As Vince has said, this is how we can make the job so much easier. So get hold of the applicable NexGuard combo product for your furry babies and start protecting them now, because they deserve it.
Oh man, Vet Vince as well as NexGuard combo, exactly who we need looking after our cats. Did you see that? And this is why, my friend, you are absolutely being led in the right direction. But then I also want to tell you about a little bit of a competition with NexGuard combo. Look, do you want to win yourself 2,000 Rand cash? Then it is so easy, my lovely, because NexGuard combo simply needs you to reply to the competition post on Expresso's pages all over social media. And you just need to tell us what made you choose your cat's name. What's the reason that they named Sprinkles or Whitey or whatever it may be, okay? And then from there, we get to see who gets it, because you got to make sure you use hashtag NexGuard combo and hashtag Guardians of Love, and you get to be part of the competition. And of course, it closes midday tomorrow, and T's and C's do apply. You can find them on expressoshow.com. But do the right thing and enter, please. And also, you can spend that 2,000 Rand with you and your little cat. You know what I mean? Perfectly, if you know what I mean, for real. Right about now, though, I do need you to get ready to have a perfect ending to the show, because Beyond is in the building. Carissa and Graham, my babies, are you ready to end out the show like with a bang? Huh?
Yeah. It's starting to feel a little bit like a Friday, and I'm here for that. So, Beyond, yes, please. We want you to usher in the weekend. In fact, it needs to be such a banger that people just forget about Friday and we just move on into the weekend. And then, of course, we've got the small matter of some major money to be won. There are millions available in Sports Stake today. We'll bring you those details in just a moment.
We'll see you now.
Feel the spring in your step without letting allergies hold you back.
That's right, Ewan. With Set to Sit and Expresso's allergy competition, you can breeze through the season and stand a chance to win 2,000 Rand every week.
And it really is so simple. All you have to do is answer the weekly questions on Expresso's Facebook, X, and Instagram pages. And remember to include the hashtag SetiSit in your answer. It really is that easy.
Remember, T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Time to make your money, yo, and perfect timing indeed. You can dribble your way to millions by playing Sports Stake 8 Fixture List 798. Why? Because there is an estimated 2.9 million Rand available this Thursday.
Please don't get left behind. That's a lot of money to have in your hands. Now, this fixture list does close at 7 p.m. tonight. Play Sports Stake game in stores on National Lottery website, which is nationallottery.co.za, or even on the mobile app for your chance to hashtag #BeInjaYeGame.
So you can ponder that right now. In fact, you can get on it on the app right now as you take in yet another, I'm going to say, early weekend indicator. It is another banger from Beyond. Take it away.
Yes, Hadi, it is true. Let me introduce you yet again to Izinja of the music game, who are going to take it to infinity and beyond. Yes, I'm talking about Beyond as well as Born King. It is called Ascension and Ingwe Enamabala. Everybody, they're about to close out the show.
Expresso, say shubile, wanna man say shubile, I say shubile, wanna man say shubile, sa, I say shubile, wanna man say shubile, 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 sisi nangi na mabala, amabala bala. Amabala, binangi, what's up? 1, 2, 3, what's up? Binangi, amabala, asa, amabala, binangi, amabala, amabala, one more time. Amabala, king with amabala, binagi, let's take it to the top, what's up? What? Asa, hey, when I'm asa, I say shubile, when I'm say shubile. Say shubile, one more time. When I'm gonna say shoot, he's up killer, he's up shooter. When I'm a king, tell my shoes. Can't all I got, Mike Tyson. In when I'm a banana man, he's up killer, he's up shooter. My when I wait, can't all I got, Mike Tyson. In when I'm a banana man, one more time. When I'm a bala, I'm a bala, in when I'm a bala, I'm a bala. Amabala, give me amabala. One more time to the top. Let's go. Hey, give me amabala, give me amabala,
Another feel-good production.
What's new from Clover? This festive season, indulge in the new creamy and smooth Clover custard. Transform your ordinary desserts to extra delicious moments for you and your family. Try it. You'll love it.